I'm Cammie McCormick. The World Health Organization has confirmed 5 cases of hantavirus from an outbreak on a cruise ship and suspects 3 more. More from CBS News correspondent Michael Wallace.
WHO Director General Tedros Ghebreyesus says 3 patients who were on the Hondias have died.
It's possible that more cases may be reported.
The ship will arrive in the Canary Islands in 3 or 4 days.
We assess the risk to the people of the Canary Islands as low.
The ship's operator, Oceanwide Expeditions, says 29 passengers got off the ship on April 24th, 2 weeks after the first passenger died and before any contact tracing was conducted. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio is in Rome to mend fences between the White House and the Vatican after some back and forth between the Pope and President Trump over the war in Iran. Reporter Sabina Castelfranco.
The audience followed President Donald Trump's recent criticism of the first American pontiff over the Iran war and the Pope's outspoken responses. Rubio, a practicing Catholic, said in an ex-post that he underscored our shared commitment to promoting peace and human dignity.
Rubio is also meeting with Italian officials who have defended the Pope and criticized the war. President Trump is hosting Brazil's president at the White House, as Weijia Jiang reports.
They will be discussing a wide range of topics, including crime, including tariffs, and access to Brazil's rare earth minerals, which, of course, are critical for all things tech-related.
Jim Krasula has more on the severe storms in the South overnight.
Several people were hurt, some seriously, when confirmed tornadoes swept across southern areas of Mississippi and Alabama. There's a threat of more severe weather today from coastal Alabama to the coastal Carolinas.
Several southern states are in the process of redrawing congressional district lines as Republicans try to hold on to their slim majority. Ed O'Keefe reports from Montgomery, Alabama, where officials are waiting for federal court approval to redraw the map in what is already a heavily Republican state.
They'd basically like to make it more Republican, arguing that the Voting Rights Act decision that came down from the Supreme Court last week opens the door to let them doing so, because the court essentially ruled that race no longer has to be as big a factor in drawing congressional district lines.
White House spokesperson Caroline Leavitt announced the birth of her second child just days after delaying her maternity leave following the shooting at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. On Wall Street today, stocks are mixed. The Dow Jones Industrial's off 118 points. The Nasdaq is up by 53. This is CBS News.
Go to the ends of the earth, half a world away. Reach for the stars.
If I take time to think, they might go get Brad.
On CBS, Sunday morning.
Seattle Mayor Katie Wilson's push to add more homeless shelters just took a big step forward. But first, let's get a look at your traffic right now. Federal Way to Seattle, about 32 minutes. Renton to Bellevue, about 27. Linwood to Bellevue, about 44 right now. Pretty heavy out there. Linwood to Seattle, about 45 minutes. And traffic is brought to you by the Seattle Mariners. Don't miss 8 firework nights this season, presented by T-Mobile. The first show is May 29th. Get your tickets at mariners.com/fireworks.
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Gashard. Seattle could soon allow bigger homeless shelter sites across the city. It came with 4 amendments from City Council that a lot of homeless advocates did not like at yesterday's meeting.
Without shelter, people do die, and sometimes red tape kills. Homeless people, including those in low-barrier shelters, are people in need, not predators.
2 amendments require sites with more than 100 beds to have a public safety plan and to be staffed 24/7. Another requires shelters to have an agreement with nearby neighborhoods and expectations for behavior. The last one mandates 1 manager for every 15 residents with high needs. Meanwhile, the man accused of luring and raping a 15-year-old girl in North Seattle was in court yesterday afternoon. Prosecutors charged Joshua Kalvanchevsky with first-degree rape and kidnapping. According to court documents, he was on a bicycle on Monday when he approached the girl as she stood at a bus stop near Northeast 103rd Street and 5th Avenue Northeast. Here's prosecutor spokesperson Casey McNerthy.
King County prosecutors asked for him to be held on $1 million bail, and the court said bail at that amount.
Kalvanchevsky wasn't charged with rape of a child because current charges more accurately describe his actions and carry more severe penalties if convicted. Former National Counterterrorism Center Director Joe Kent, who twice ran for Congress in Washington's 3rd District, is speaking out about his resignation.
Kent tells KIRO News Radio's John Curley the U.S. has painted itself into a corner in Iran, and he's not sure President Trump can get out of it.
Iran is just so big, it's just so geostrategically essential that the problems aren't Iraq or Afghanistan size. It's times 10 and it affects the whole world.
Kent stepped down in March, claiming Iran posed no imminent threat to our nation. Trump at the time said Kent was a nice guy, but weak on security, and given his take on Iran, it was a good thing he resigned. Frank Lenzi, KIRO News Radio.
You can watch John's entire interview with Kent on mynorthwest.com. Marysville police are celebrating a big milestone for one of their newest canine officers. Listen to this.
Keep your hands visible to me. I want you to lay flat on your stomach. Flat onto your stomach.
That was so good. You were so good. Officers say K9 Kona made his first official capture after a stolen commercial truck was spotted by the city's license plate reader system. Kona found the man hiding in thick shrubs where he surrendered. The department says it's a textbook track. And for your KIRO News Radio weather, clouds again. We've got peaks of sunshine coming later this afternoon with highs in the mid-60s. Right now, it's about 53 in downtown Seattle. I'm Katrina Gashard, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
Hey, good morning, everybody. It is the Gee and Ursula Show. You know what, Ursula? I'd rather have cloudy days on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and them sunny days pull up on me on Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Now, I could have sworn, as I was watching KIRO 7 TV this morning, I saw and heard Nick Allard say that we might not get a whole lot of sunshine, but what am I seeing outside?
But what have I been telling you about the G model? I've been telling you about the G model for a minute.
You're trying to say you're more accurate?
Yes. Well, look, it's starting to be beautiful. That means we're going to have a beautiful show today.
Yeah, we are.
What's happening on the show?
If you drive I-5 and 520, you better be really good at merging, because coming up at 9:30, we're going to tell you why that's going to matter to you starting on Monday. Mm-hmm. And we do have guests coming up later today, as we have been at pretty much every single day this week. Mm-hmm. We're going to try to get down to what is going on with the hantavirus and that cruise. So we're trying to get a guest for that. Right. Muckleshoot Casino and Resort text line is 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO.
No, let's get to it. Top stories of the day brought to you by Pendergast Law.
I think you got some folks warmed up already for this next topic, because we are getting hammered at the pump again. AAA saying that the statewide average for regular gas this morning is about $5.39 a gallon. Around the Puget Sound region is even higher. Seattle close to $5.95. Tacoma not far behind. The national average is sitting around $4.50. So we are paying at least $1 more per gallon than much of the country. Mm-hmm. And you felt it yesterday.
Yeah, I did it. Before I get into it, because sometimes, I got to make sure, you tell me all the time to make sure you consider all listeners. So I'm going to do that to start. Okay. Ursula, with the Climate Commitment Act, that's in place right there.
The CCA.
They would have taken away about 52 to 62 cents. Mm-hmm. So even though yesterday I paid $7.14 a gallon, I just want to account for that. So if that wasn't in the way, it would have been 50-something cents cheaper. Just want to cover that basis.
Okay.
The next thing that I want to say to you is I was sitting there and I'm like, whoa, $7.14. Now, full transparency.
Where were you?
Right up here. I left right here by off of Broadway and Roy. Yeah. There's a Shell station right there. I had to go get gas because your dog was running on E. Right?
Yeah, I don't go below a quarter tank anymore, as I told you.
But I just want to say, this is what I find interesting when I post that video of $7.14.
Yeah.
You have what about the CCA? You have those folks. Then you have you need to come to this Costco. You would have saved. Like, duh. Like, you can go all around the world and all around your county and local area to save a few cents. The bottom line is this. we know there will be families that will have to tell their child, hey, no sports coming up, no vacation coming up. Mom and or dad or legal guardian has to work now more. There will be teenagers that will now be coming home and maybe unattended to because families will have to get out there and work. That's what goes into that. And by the way, it was $7.14 yesterday. Hey, G, is that it? Can it increase even more? Because it's potentially, it can happen.
Well,
what's the most you've ever paid, Ursula, in your life? A gallon. That was yesterday. That was a record for me.
That was a record. I'm thinking over $6. I mean, right now, this is about as high as I can remember. When was the last time it was around where we are right now? I just feel like I don't remember six something, and I'm trying not to buy in the city of Seattle proper because we're always higher. It's always that much higher here because people are counting on you wanting not to drive further out.
I mean, you live North Seattle, Ursula.
Yes.
Where would you?
It's $6.
Where would you go to find somewhere to pay $5.80?
Well, one of the things that was working was tribal reservations.
Yeah.
But even that's high. When that's high, it's like, wait a minute, this is not good. But so the question is relief coming? And I heard this interview with Gas Buddies analyst Patrick DeHaan on Seattle's Morning News.
We're going to continue to trend higher until there is some sort of resolution reopening the strait that is verified and actually unlocks some of these oil flows. Nothing so far has done that. So unfortunately, I do think we'll continue to climb as we approach Memorial Day.
Yeah, and you mentioned the CCA, and I'm glad you broke it down because we already did have some of the highest gas taxes, highest gas taxes and highest fuel costs in the country, and then also being on the West Coast, we're just that much worse. But you're right. I mean, people are going to have to make tough decisions about what they're going to do. We've got Memorial Day coming up.
Right.
Are you going to be driving a lot still?
And wait a minute, Ursula. That's just gas. Charlie Harger hit me up yesterday with a text message. He was at the grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
How much you think hamburger meat was a pound?
Let me guess.
Go ahead.
$8 a pound.
$9.16 a pound.
Ooh.
Now, who remembers Hamburger Helper? Who remembers when times were rough and you had to $9? So that's just gas, and that's just groceries.
Yeah.
Meat. There's other areas. So my point is that when people start to signal out these little things, no, the price of everything, considering that the promise 16 months ago is that things would be cheaper, and here we are today. $7.14 a gallon. The federal minimum wage is what? $7.25.
And also, if you are about to fly somewhere, analysts are estimating that jet fuel increases are adding about $100 per passenger on some long-haul international flights. The fuel prices have basically doubled since the Iran war escalated. And so airlines are saying that fuel now makes up around 30% of their operating costs. So expect to spend more there as well. Well, this has been a rough couple of weeks for Seattle Mayor Katie Wilson. She is now getting blasted and ridiculed nationally. And the latest thing is now her stance on surveillance cameras. I shared it was a New York Post article that had a headline that was caught my attention. But this comes now after downtown Seattle CCTV footage helped police identify the suspects accused of brutally beating a 77-year-old man. It was a random attack. Video shows the elderly man being shoved to the ground and then beaten by these two guys walking down the street. And one suspect has been arrested. Actually, a second suspect was arrested, but the first suspect was arrested and charged, and then he was released and then has now disappeared. But the reason this case is getting all of the attention is because Mayor Wilson had previously pushed back on expanding Seattle's CCTV program. You might remember she was warning that more cameras would not, quote, magically make neighborhoods safer and could make some communities, especially immigrants and refugees, feel more vulnerable. And then she has since clarified that. She says she's going to keep the current cameras in place while pausing future expansion until the city does this privacy and data audit. And she has acknowledged, that in some places, cameras do help solve serious crimes.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on this, Ursula, because I got a couple lengthy things to say.
Well, for one thing, she's making a lot of rookie mistakes. For another thing, she's learning a lot on the job while on the job because she came in extremely inexperienced. She needs to have, because she is so inexperienced, she needs to have way better communications people. Because I think they're doing her a disservice by trying to control what it is that she says. Because I think she is perfectly capable of answering the questions. Yeah. Because we've talked about some of the other things where she's made these so-called gaffes in her answers. But when you have things like clueless socialist Mayor Katie Wilson in hot seat, or Seattle Mayor faces backlash after suspect caught on CCTV that she opposed, I mean, that's basically playing right into the whole narrative.
Yeah.
She's the socialist mayor.
Mm-hmm. Because you went first, and I really had a lot to say, I'm going to take a lot off this fastball. I mean, because of your soft-spoken words right there, I really had a lot to say. So I'll just keep it simple. Yeah, it's tough for Katie Wilson. Right. This is someone who, with respect, has never had a job when it comes to leadership. Leadership is not an easy thing to do. She's learning that leadership includes people that like you and includes people that don't. Mm-hmm. So what I'm hearing right now is that there's Seattle City Council members that's not rocking with the 7th floor. The 7th floor is City Hall, there where the office is of the mayor. Mm-hmm. And I just want to say this, even though I don't think that she's doing a great job, what you said can be true. She can continue to learn while on the job.
She has no choice, unfortunately.
And right now it's not great. But I'm going to say this, because there's a lot of people that love to kick folks when they're down. And there's a lot of people that literally build their platform punching down on people. That is all they do. They live their life punching down on people. So I'm not going to punch. Here's what I'll say positive about the mayor. Even though she's having a struggle right now when it comes to the leadership part and the gaffes that's happening and answering the reporter's question, I will take her struggling at her job than a person who lacks basic human decency and spends every day trying to cover it up. Because that's the part that gets me in all of this. It's the hypocrisy, the double standard. The same people who scream about qualifications when it's someone black and screaming DEI will turn around and scream and kick down on the mayor and calling her socialist and calling her all those things. So, again, I'm not going to take this time to kick down on the mayor. I will say she's a nice person. She's a good person. And she's not doing great at her job. Hopefully she gets better. Thanks, Ursula.
I didn't mean to take off your fastball.
No, but I'm actually glad you did.
Oh, okay.
No, well, seriously.
We have expectations. We should have expectations, and if she doesn't meet them, we're going to call her out on it. Mm-hmm. You know, that said, I like what you said about basic human decency. I have no question about that part.
Because you and I, we pride ourselves on doing just that, calling it what we see. There's other folks that is playing this weird game. Mm-hmm. I'm not playing no game. It is what it is. So while everybody's kicking down on the mayor, I will say at least she has some human decency.
Mm. Okay, this next story is troubling. We are now learning that a truck driver accused of causing that massive I-5 pileup in Lacey in December had apparently already been stopped by State Patrol weeks earlier, and troopers allegedly told him he was not allowed to be driving. Now, this is coming up because we've got newly released body camera video obtained by Como 4 News, and it shows that troopers confronted 40-year-old Juan Hernandez Santos during a November stop. Investigators say he didn't have a commercial driver's license, a medical card, or required logbooks. And troopers fined him more than $1,000 and warned him to stay off the road. Listen.
Do you understand what I'm saying? That's been expired for 2 years.
2 years?
2 years.
No more the truck?
No, you can't move the truck.
Okay.
You don't have a CDL.
Okay, don't worry. Okay.
I'm not gonna let you drive.
Come on.
No.
Come on.
Nope.
No more Washington.
You can't drive.
Por favor, please.
No.
Yeah, please.
No, you're getting a ticket for it. You cannot drive.
Okay.
You need to call somebody else to come get the truck.
Okay.
I got you off the road so I don't have to tow it. Okay? But you can't drive at all.
Well, State Patrol says just weeks later, he was back behind the wheel of that very same semi-truck when it slammed into a school bus and 4 other vehicles on I-5. And thankfully, there were no students on the bus, but 4 people were hurt.
Yeah. This is bad. It's real bad. Buddy had no CDL, had no medical card, no logbook, no everything. 2 prior deportations. He had some DUIs. I mean, this thing was all bad. Now, I'm not going to get into, I don't know, maybe state troopers can help us better understand, should there have been more done at that time, more than, hey, you can't drive this and all that stuff. And so obviously he did, and 3 weeks later. And I looked this up, Ursula. I mean, last year in September, we kind of talked about this, how they enacted in September 29th, 2025, targeting illegal licensed commercial truck drivers that are happening in the country. Colorado and Washington were cited for CDL issuance violations with California.
Yes, it's a problem.
Like the state of Washington is the top dogs. Now, if you guys do know this, that here pretty soon there will be 200,000 across the country whose licenses will expire because of getting it the wrong way. This is an unfortunate story, and this story, unfortunately, only comes to light when there are particular characters in this. Because right now, in this country, we have a real problem with CDLs and the issuance of those. So, yeah, this is a bad story.
It's a complete system failure at every level. Obviously, the driver is responsible first and foremost, but every other safeguard after that also failed. I mean, first of all, why was he still employed? So apparently he was employed by some outfit in California. But why was he allowed behind the wheel of an 18-wheeler? Why wasn't the truck impounded during that first stop? The trooper told him, you can't drive at all. We heard it.
Yeah.
You can't drive at all. And then left him access with the truck. And I gotta say one other thing. Because I know that people with platforms use this whole sanctuary policies are evil. It's evil. This is an exact story, though, that helps fuel that. And the Department of Homeland Security says this guy had already been deported twice and was in the country illegally at the time of this crash. Mm-hmm. And they also say that an ICE detainer was not honored before he was released from jail. So authorities already knew he was an unsafe, illegal commercial driver who is in the country illegally. He was allowed to get back behind the wheel and endanger everybody else on the road. Like, what the hell happened?
Yeah. That's true. But I find something interesting, and here's something that I saved. I wasn't even going to use it, but now you just kind of made me use it. Through the first 7 months of 2025, there were 1,600 fatal truck crashes in the country. 1,600. Of those 1,600, 5 of them involved illegal, non-documented people here in this country. So it's
not a majority by any stretch.
Oh no! Just to give it context, it's less than 1/3. It's less than 1/3 of 1%. So while people use their platforms to talk about this topic, I find it a huge coincidence that you only talk about the 1/3 of 1%, but you never talk about any other stuff.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's a problem. People who shouldn't be driving behind 18-wheelers, the wheel of an 18-wheeler, are behind there. And it's also true that in this particular case, here is someone who is also here illegally. Is that a majority? No.
No. It's 1/3 of 1%.
Exactly.
My only question would be, why don't you talk about the rest?
Mm-hmm.
Like, literally, how come you don't talk about the 98+%?
Yes.
Why do you
Which is
wait?
A problem.
You wait to talk about this.
Mm-hmm.
Coming up next here on the Gee Ursula Show, world famous Would You Rather happens, but Chris Sullivan is going to join us in attention I-5 and 520 drivers. Your merging skills needs to be up to bat. We'll do that next. Gee Ursula.
What if you could have the most reliable Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee.
Just 5 years of fiber-powered Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to the devices that need them most.
That finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a 6th sense. And that keeps you gaming in the fast lane, even when the whole family is banking on bandwidth. And here's the best part. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included.
Plus, get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi.
Hey, let's face it, a lot can change in 5 years. Kids grow taller, dreams grow bigger, but your Wi-Fi, it would stay reliable and the price would stay put. The Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity, imagine that.
Select plans only. Restrictions apply. Powered by fiber. Connects to the premises by coaxial cable. Actual speeds vary.
If you're over 62 and feel squeezed by rising monthly bills, listen carefully. I'm Steve Teitler, owner of Best Mortgage. Every week I talk with seniors who love their home, want to stay in it, but feel more financial pressure every month. Property taxes are adding up. Insurance is up. Everyday bills are up, and for some, they still have a mortgage payment on top of all of that. Are you worried about outliving your savings? A reverse mortgage could help by eliminating your mortgage payment, paying off debt, and giving you breathing room every month. Now, let me be clear, it's not right for everyone. But for the right person, it can be a powerful tool. When you call Best Mortgage for a free consultation, you'll talk directly with me. I'll explain your options and tell you honestly if it makes sense for your situation. If you're 62 or older and want straight answers about staying in your home with less financial stress, call me today, 425-649-6000. Best Mortgage. Honest advice you can trust. 425-649-6000.
It started as a puddle.
Where?
In the shower.
Uh-oh.
Then the kitchen sink.
Started backing up?
Yeah.
I know where this is going.
Clogged up.
Right. No problem.
Beg your pardon?
There's no clog we can't clear.
You're Dan.
From Apollo Plumbing.
This is going to get pricey.
How about $83?
To clear my drain?
Apollo Plumbing clears main drains every day.
For $83?
$83 or it's free.
What's the catch?
No catch. We'll even do a camera inspection.
Why's that?
It's the best way to find the cause of your clog.
And it's included?
No extra charge. Truth is, we hate clogs.
I don't love them.
Seen them all.
Ew.
I promise, there's no clog Apollo can't clear.
Guaranteed.
83 or free.
Goodbye, slow drains.
All it takes is an accessible clean out.
And Apollo gets my drains draining again.
You call, we come, it's fixed.
My heroes.
Just doing our job.
Thank you, Apollo Plumbing.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
Hey, John, why don't you tell everybody why you started going to Longevity Medical Clinic?
No, I don't want to do that. I can tell you, I started going to Longevity Medical Clinic before I started doing these commercials, but why I went is not important.
Oh, it absolutely is.
Okay. I'll tell you. I was a Sammamish City Council member, and whenever they had asked me to do the Pledge of Allegiance, I couldn't make it through the whole thing without crying. I know, it's so dumb. I mean, I know I'm patriotic, but what the heck? So I go into Longevity Medical Clinic, and I explained this to them, that there's something wrong with my hormones or something, and they see the testosterone and the estrogen are all out of balance. We balance all that stuff, and I can do the Pledge of Allegiance without crying, but I've also noticed that I deal with stress a lot better, don't I?
Yes, you're a lot easier to live with because you're getting more sleep, you have more energy, you're better organized, and I'm not helping you look for your car keys every morning.
Right, because now I've taken the steps to take care of my mind and body. I strongly recommend anybody get the free health analysis at lmclinic.com. That's lmclinic.com.
Experience the thrill of seeing orcas and humpback whales with Puget Sound Express. Join their family-run tours for guaranteed whale sightings departing daily from Edmonds. These are Seattle's most popular and well-reviewed whale tours. Book now at PugetSoundExpress.com.
Windows are a home's top target for break-ins. At Lake Washington Windows and Doors, we offer added security with our exclusive 3-layer security glass protection. Combined with our lifetime warranty, you'll have lifetime peace of mind. Choose Lake Washington Windows and Doors, a name you can trust.
This Memorial Day, feel the freedom of lower energy bills. Lake Washington Windows and Doors is taking $525 off every window, plus $1,000 off every patio or entry door. Plus, enjoy 12 months free financing. LakeWashingtonWindows.com.
At Madrona Financial and CPAs, we believe there are 7 steps that must be taken in preparation for a successful retirement. Retirement needs more than just a basic income plan. Hi, Jeff here with Madrona Financial and CPAs. Don't settle for a partial plan. Get the real deal by requesting your no-cost Madrona analysis today and discover what you may be missing. Call 833-673-7373 right now to request your analysis. That's 833-673-7373.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Gashard. The World Health Organization has confirmed 5 cases of hantavirus from an outbreak on a cruise ship and suspects 3 more. More from CBS's Michael Wallace.
WHO Director General Tedros Ghebreyesus says 3 patients who were on the MV Hondius have died.
It's possible that more cases may be reported.
The ship will arrive in the Canary Islands in 3 or 4 days.
We assess the risk to the people of the Canary Islands as low.
The ship's operator, Oceanwide Expeditions, says 29 passengers got off the ship on April 24th, 2 weeks after the first passenger died and before any contact tracing was conducted. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
Here in Washington, a Covington man is accused of staging a home invasion and killing his wife. KIRO 7 TV's Elle Thomas says a police report shows Kyle Cathcart gave detectives access to a Ring camera inside the home.
The video showed a man in a black hoodie, roughly Cathcart's size, entering the house. Investigators say that's who Cathcart claimed he saw stabbing his wife, Jody, on their bed. Cathcart told investigators he chased the man. The man poked him in the stomach with the knife, causing several small cuts. But a little while later, investigators found dark clothes ditched in a pile of garbage in the backyard. And they also found blood near the garage keypad where there were no surveillance cameras.
Investigators say Cathcart admitted to the crime when he was arrested. He's expected to be in court again today. A bidding battle may be taking shape for the Seattle Seahawks. According to Sportico, 2 heavyweight contenders are preparing offers. Aditya Mittal, a billionaire investor with ties to the Celtic, and longtime Boston Celtics owner Wyc Grousbeck. The Paul Allen Family Trust still controls the franchise and has not yet announced when a sale decision might come. More homes, slower sales. KIRO News Radio's Aaron Granillo looks at our housing market as it enters its peak season.
The latest data from the Northwest MLS show active listings jumped more than 28% from a year ago.
Volume of transactions is still down.
Anton Alexander is a Seattle broker with Compass Real Estate and says homes are still selling if they're priced right.
The listings I'm watching sit are not sitting because of the economy. They're sitting because the opening price didn't match the market's current temperature.
Alexander says many buyers are simply sitting out due to several factors, including interest rates and fears over inflation or layoffs. Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
And now for your KIRO News Radio real-time traffic. Federal Way to Seattle, traffic is much heavier than usual. I see a lot of brake lights right now on I-5. It'll take you about 45 minutes. Linwood to Seattle, significant slowdowns, about a 22-minute delay. In total, it'll take you about 50 minutes. Traffic report is brought to you by the Seattle Mariners. Don't miss the 8 firework nights this season presented by T-Mobile. The first show is May 29th. Get your tickets at mariners.com/fireworks. For your weather right now, we've got some clouds and a few sun breaks here and there. Highs will be in the mid-60s. Right now, it's about 53 in downtown Seattle. I'm Katrina Gashard, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
I'm their conduit, and I'm glad to do it.
Gee and Ursula Show, and Chris Sullivan is rocking out. He loves Nick's choice of music, and we are talking traffic and something big that is changing on Monday morning, and this is especially going to affect I-5 and 520 drivers. And you're saying you better be good at merging?
Yeah, you better be good at merging, and you better be used to keeping your head on a swivel. Because on Monday morning, going to eastbound 520, trying to get to Montlake, say Montlake Boulevard from I-5, is going to be incredibly different.
Oh, okay.
Vastly different.
And how?
Because the way you get there is going to be flip-flopped. I know it doesn't make any sense, and I'm going to try to explain it to you as best I can. But if you're on northbound I-5 right now and you're going to Montlake, you get off in the right-hand lane, you show up in the right, you get on 520, you're in the right-hand lane, you go down, get off into Montlake. Southbound comes in, joins you on the left-hand side, and that's where you get the 2 lanes of 520. Well, over this weekend, they're eliminating that northbound I-5 ramp. Because they need it for a work zone, and they're putting northbound drivers on a temporary ramp. But the configuration will mean now that you get off at 520 or on I-5 there at northbound, you're going to go over the southbound on-ramp and come in on the left-hand side. So drivers who are coming off of southbound I-5 are now going to have drivers on their left, which they never have had before. And those people on the left are then going to have to merge through into them to get over to Montlake, and they're only going to have a third of a mile to do it. So that
sounds like nothing wrong could happen.
No, I mean, and so Monday morning is going to be very interesting. I mean, you only have to trolley drive it once or maybe twice to go, okay, I got it. But the first time
you're going to miss the exit.
You're not going to. Well, it's not necessarily miss the exit, but you're just going to be like, why the hell's there traffic on the left of me? Or why do I have to merge? Wait a minute, I don't have to merge now? And they've only got a third of a mile to do it. So Monday's going to be very interesting. I've got video up at mynorthwest.com. We're shooting some stuff for our socials as well to try to explain it. But yeah, it's a big change for drivers. Primarily, I would probably say the southbound 5 drivers are probably going to have it the worst because they're going to do their normal thing, and all of a sudden there are going to be cars on their left-hand side where they never have had them before, going the same direction as them. So big change, and because to do that, they're going to close I-5, going to close 520 eastbound over the weekend because they need all that time to do all the restriping, do all the paving, finish that up, and get that ready to roll. So big changes for Monday. So yeah, just be prepared. It's going to be pretty significant.
Well, we were talking about Sound Transit and something coming up today. I know that Sound Transit has announced previously that they're in the hole, right?
$34 billion.
But yet they're committed to making sure light rail gets to some of the promised places. So what's happening?
Well, basically, I mean, I went right to the top. I went to our favorite CEO, Dow Constantine, when they were getting ready to open up the 2-line, and I said, is there any world where you don't think that we're going to get what you promised the voters in ST3? And he doubled down. He's like, no, we're going to Tacoma. We're going to Everett. We're going to West Seattle. We're going to Ballard.
So where's the money coming from?
Where's the money coming from? And they don't know. And so what they're in the process of doing now is trying to mitigate and figure out how they can save money and try to still deliver what's out there. They've been having a bunch of town halls. They've had them in Tacoma. They've had them in Everett. They've had them in West Seattle because people, they want their light rail. They want what they've been promised, especially for the people like G and me who live on either end of this, who've been paying for 20, 30 years and haven't gotten jack out of it.
Yeah.
And we don't want them to all of a sudden be like, oh, well, you ain't getting anything anyway. You're not going to Tacoma. We're not going to Everett. And so what's happening today is the executive committee of Sound Transit. So, the top muckety-mucks. I mean, we're talking to 3 county executives. Most of the heavy mayors are meeting at 10:30, and they're going to be looking at a resolution that basically says, okay, here's what we're committed to do. Our goal is to commit to go and promise and deliver what we got to the voters. But we're also going to do this, this, and this, and this to try to reduce our costs. Maybe we don't go this far. Maybe we don't add this parking garage. Maybe we don't, take this amount of people and put a station there. So they're committing to trying to cost cut. But there's nothing definitive is going to come out of the meeting today.
Are they also committing to not trying to fill this budget gap with more money from us as voters?
No, that hasn't been decided yet. But the betting, if you are on Kalshi right now, Gee, I know how much you love it. You could probably say probably get some action on whether Sound Transit's going to go back to the voters for ST4 to try to get their money for what we already gave them for ST3. But again, that's out there in the ether. That hasn't happened officially as of yet. But they got to get their money somewhere, and it's going to come from us.
We were promised and voted, if I'm not mistaken, this was 10 years ago.
2016. Correct.
Now, you guys know me in my analogies. Mm-hmm. Imagine this. Imagine telling your significant other, telling your wife, I'm going to be home at 6 p.m. every night. But you come in at 11 p.m. every night for 10 years. That is the equivalent of this. Not $35 million deficit. $35 billion. Like, no. Like, seriously. This ain't even funny no more. Like $35 billion. Ballard might not even get to Ballard with this. And then one of them said, build the damn trains. And to which you guys are saying, with what money? So this is the only time that you can promise a Cadillac, deliver a bicycle, and charge Bentley prices, and then tell everybody, we're going to try to get to the bottom of this. This is stupid, man. Like $35 billion. Dog.
Yeah.
I'm sure we've got someone at the helm who's going to be really fiscally responsible.
The last helm he was at, we talking about King County all the time.
And
I'm laughing because I don't want to cry.
And who was in charge of Sound Transit as the board member? Our King County executive, who's now the CEO.
Man, some of y'all can get fired for way less right now, or divorced. If I told my wife I was coming home at 6 and came home at 11 every night for 10 years.
Yeah, but that one night you came in at 10:30 and see, I came home early. That's what Sound Transit did with getting across the lake and going to 4. By the way, just really quickly, I want to add some of the things that they are maybe going to commit to that are in this document that isn't out there. A lot of people, it's not been reported on. What they consider affordable with existing money right now. Okay. Sound Transit says yes to Tacoma. Yes to 2 phases of Everett, which gets it to Payne Field, but not all the way. Yes to West Seattle, but without Avalon. That's a station they're going to add. No to Ballard, but we can get to Seattle Center. That's close to Ballard, isn't it? That's the Ballard link. But you have to go through Seattle Center. They're building another tunnel.
Seattle Center would be something.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tunnel under there, but you can't go anywhere near Ballard.
Yeah.
So that's what they consider affordable under the current restraints. That information, because a lot of people are out there saying, what are we going to cut? What are we going to cut? Well, right now, this is what, if they vote for this proposal, these are the things they think are considerable under the existing resources.
Nice, fresh off the presses.
Well, yeah. And so, again, they're voting on that today in just as an advisory. The full board's going to take it up at the end of the month. So stay tuned. You still might not get there. But, yeah, Gee, you're right on. Yeah. 35 large. I mean, large.
B.
Yeah, with a B. With a big B. Yeah. And again, you and I haven't gotten jack out of it. Living in Pierce and Snoho.
But they're promising.
They've been promising for 30 years, Ursula. And taking our money for 30 years.
Come on, next. We'll do Would You Rather. Gee and Ursula.
A comment from Seattle Mayor Katie Wilson is suddenly getting fresh attention.
Claims that millionaires are going to leave our state are like super overblown.
Seattle's new mayor can't seem to wave this one off.
You know, the ones that leave, like, bye.
Arrogance is the word.
Exclusive reaction at mynorthwest.com.
When you're a leader, you also have to be there for the people that didn't vote for you.
And the conversation continues on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM and the KIRO Newsradio App.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Some people out there love to do things entirely on their own. Others ask for help and trust their resources. When involved in an auto accident, you've got the choice of dealing with insurance on your own or hiring an attorney. I'm joined in studio by Harold D. Carr. He represents Harold Carr Law Offices. Harold, what's one of the main reasons for seeking representation?
If you were to look at statistics, most people end up with a lot less recovery when they don't have a law firm representing them.
And why should they hire Harold Carr Law Offices?
We're not shy about bringing lawsuits. We do try to settle, and insurance companies know that. They know that we're fair in how we talk to them. The answer is really, we are very professional. But we've had cases, big and small, where we've had to take it into litigation, and about 98% of those will settle in mediation. A lot more than the client originally expected.
Visit carlaw.com. That's carlaw.com. 2 R's in car. Car accident? Call Carr.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
The team that gave me back my full head of hair, Advanced Hair, is once again the winner of the 425 Business of the Year. Dr. Perungo and his world-class team begin regrowing your own natural hair the very next day. And Advanced Hair guarantees your new hair will grow, just like they did for me. Find out why Advanced Hair is the best of the best. With your free consultation, you'll receive $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
Save $2 when you buy 2 cans of Superior Products Coverall Tire Dressing. Plus, get 4 times O-Rewards points now at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Now that Wendy's has these new biggie deals, everyone in the family can get what they're craving, from nugs to JBCs. The parental units can get an $8 biggie bundle, the eldest who think they're so grown can get a $6 biggie bag, and the little one who can do no wrong can get a $4 biggie bites. You know, assuming they have a credit card. No, I'm kidding. We take cash too. 4, $6, and $8 biggie deals for the whole family. Only at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
Support comes from Amazon Business. Free your team from time-consuming procurement tasks. Discover smart business buying where unmatched selection meets AI-driven tools to simplify complex processes so you can focus on what matters most. Learn more at AmazonBusiness.com.
Holy smokes! The On Cruise Adventures Rick Riz Show.
What happened at the ballpark yesterday?
Sparky's sitting on my scorebook here, my cat.
Friday mornings at 8:15 on Seattle's Morning News.
Meet Morgan Jones. Morgan is about to step into a world unknown to most, thanks to Progressive's Renters Insurance, a place of fresh linens and turn-down service. You see, Morgan temporarily vacated her apartment and has gone to a hotel because a pipe burst in her apartment. A pipe that made her sense of reality and apartment ceiling all come crashing down. Luckily, Morgan checked into Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Join the conversation and text your favorite show on the KIRO Newsradio text line at 888-973-KIRO. That's 888-973-5476. Powered by Muckleshoot Casino Resort.
It is the Gee and Ursula Show. Good morning. Hey, coming up next on the Gee and Ursula Show, we do have a guest. And this guest is challenging State Senator, State Majority Leader, Jamie Peterson here on the show. She joins us next at 10 o'clock. But right now, would you rather? Let's go. Okay, Ursula, let's have some fun here. Would you rather every Washingtonian get a $200 gas rebate every quarter, or every Washingtonian get free transit for life?
Right now, free transit for life. Wow.
$200 gas rebate every quarter.
Yeah.
Which obviously comes out to be $800 a year.
Yeah.
Or free transit for life.
Okay. I'm going to be unpopular, and I'm going to say right now, with gas prices the way they are, I'm going with gas.
I don't even think that's unpopular. I think a lot of people would go with that $200.
I don't know. For me, it seems a no-brainer. I'm taking free transit for life.
I know, but you got to be someone who...
I know a lot of people are already taking free transit for life around here, but
that's part of
the problem. I play by the rules.
One of the reasons why we're $35 billion in the hole, not a big reason, but
certainly a
lot of people are not paying for that transit.
Yeah.
Pay your fare. Come on now.
Well, I'm going to go, I would rather every Washingtonian get free transit for life with that one. Okay. Would you, this is going to be good. Would you rather universal child care with a 3% income tax on everybody, or universal child care paid only by households making over $1 million a year?
Those are terrible choices.
God, gee, what the heck? Okay.
As a childless dink family.
Mike.
Yes, sir.
Chill out. Go ahead. Hold on. Wait,
okay.
We'll come to you.
Yeah, okay. So let's do it again.
Would you rather universal child care with 3% income tax on everybody, or universal child care paid only by households making over $1 million a year?
Just for legality purposes, I'll go everybody paying into it.
Okay.
Because I think the other one would be challenged.
That's true. And I think this
legally.
Can we? I'm going to go $1 million, but can we remove the legality part? If that's what you guys want, everybody 3%.
Why?
Okay, because we're playing a game called Would You Rather. but I'll move on. Would you rather $5 gas and $5 a gallon and a $1,500 monthly one bedroom in Seattle, or $7 a gallon gas and an $1,800 one bedroom, but you also get universal child care and free transit?
In Washington still.
In Washington.
Okay.
Boy, this must be fun. I'm going to go with the latter.
Yeah, I'll take the more benefits.
Yeah, I think that was kind of the easy one.
Yeah, I'll take more benefits for sure. Yeah.
I'll take that. Okay. Would you rather Washington tax billionaires, not millionaires, tax billionaires harder and potentially lose 3 Fortune 500 headquarters, or keep all of the headquarters and never pass another wealth tax?
I'm going with the former.
Okay. Tax the billionaires. Okay.
Yeah.
Paul?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's worth it. If you're just going to billionaires, I think it's worth it. But I know that won't be a popular take on the text line.
Mike, what you got?
Yeah, tax the billionaires, even if they leave.
Even
we wouldn't say bye though.
Call your bluff.
Call your bluff. Exactly.
Would you say, Nick?
We wouldn't be saying bye to them though.
No
mark in the face.
Okay, last one. Would you rather Seattle gas dropped down to $4 a gallon overnight, or Seattle rent prices drop 20% overnight?
I'm going with rent.
Yeah, if my rent could drop 20% overnight, I will
happily take that gas.
I'm going to go rent.
Mike?
Yeah,
rent all ding dong day.
Yeah.
If you're talking rent, like gas is just pennies on the dollars. I mean, come on.
Exactly.
Yeah, easy on the rent. Boy, ooh, good Lord, on the rent. All right. We made it out of the game. All right, listen, we got a lot of stuff that's happening in the 10 o'clock hour. We have someone that's launched their bid to challenge State Senator Jamie Peterson. She's going to join the show. And also, up next, school resource officer program that served this high school for decades could potentially come to an end. We talk about that as well. Gee Ursula.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Nick, you know what my dad always used to say?
Oh, which thing? Let me guess. If you put anything on a hot dog besides mustard, it's un-American?
Okay, that's true. Okay, but no, about the word worry. Remember he used to say about the word worry?
Yes, that it's not a verb, but it actually is.
I know it's a verb, but Nick, his point was nothing comes from worrying. You can sit here and worry about all the news and all about the chaos in the world. You worry about your health, but nothing comes of it. You have to take action.
Right.
Like, for instance, you and I, we go into Longevity Medical Clinic. That's an action. It's about taking that action. Like, people can go to Longevity Medical Clinic, take the free health analysis, and then they can find out how they're aging and the things they can do in order to slow down the process to have a big, full, rich life so you can enjoy a hot dog with whatever you want on it.
And now worry is a verb.
See, there you go. So it all starts for you taking action. I was a patient at Longevity long before I started doing these commercials. So get your free health analysis. Go to lmclinic.com. That's lmclinic.com.
If you're looking to buy or sell a home in Washington, recent headlines might concern you. Talk of pocket listings or private networks where only certain consumers see certain properties are all over the media. Good news. The legislature recently passed a bill to protect you in your transaction. No secret deals, all listings available for everyone to see, not just an exclusive club of insiders. This means more competition, better offers, and fair access for all consumers. Learn more at warealtor.org, sponsored by Washington Realtors.
My name is Skip, and Congresswoman Marilyn Strickland helped me with my Small Business Administration loan. With her help, I was able to keep my small business open, and she can help you too. Please contact Congresswoman Marilyn Strickland's office at 360-459-8514 or visit strickland.house.gov for help. Paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back?
back. If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code PROMO25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code PROMO25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code PROMO25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it today at carsforkids.org. Your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call 1-877-CARS4KIDS to donate your car today. That's Cars with a K.
KIRO FM and HD1 Tacoma, Seattle. This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
Tammy McCormick. President Trump says the war with Iran could end quickly, but Natalie Brand reports there are a lot of details to be worked out in the latest proposal.
This is by no means a finalized agreement. Axios is reporting that it would start with a one-page memorandum of understanding to end the conflict and then begin the clock on more detailed negotiations on the key issues such as nuclear. That's been the president's number one stated goal, that Iran cannot obtain a nuclear weapon.
World health officials are trying to downplay concerns over the outbreak of hantavirus on a cruise ship. Maria von Kerkhove of the World Health Organization.
This is not SARS-CoV-2. This is not the start of a COVID pandemic. This is an outbreak that we see on a ship. There's a confined area. We have 5 confirmed cases so far. The actions that are being taken on board are precautionary to prevent any onward spread.
Some passengers have been evacuated. The ship is headed to the Canary Islands. Secretary of State Marco Rubio met at the Vatican today with Pope Leo.
And it has the seal of the State Department, so
He's trying to mend fences after the verbal sparring between the Pope and President Trump over the war in Iran. There was a court hearing today over Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth's attempt to downgrade Senator Mark Kelly's military retirement, rank, and pay. That over a video Kelly took part in, urging military members to refuse illegal orders. Kelly spoke to reporters outside the court.
The president and the Secretary of Defense picked the wrong guy because when it comes to our most fundamental rights, I will not back down.
Kelly spent 25 years in the Navy. Police in Erie, Pennsylvania say scammers stole thousands of dollars from Walmart shoppers using skimmers. CBS News correspondent Michael Wallace has more.
The thieves installed the skimmer devices on the card readers at the store's self-checkout terminals.
Welcome. Please scan your first item.
The skimmers recorded shoppers' card data and PINs, giving the thieves access to those accounts. In all, they stole more than $38,000 from 80 Walmart customers. Police say the store's surveillance video caught the suspects tampering with the checkout terminals. The analytics company FICO says skimming scams surged 90% last year. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
McDonald's today reported higher profits. The fast food chain has been redoubling efforts to address affordability, especially as the war with Iran adds to the worries of Americans when it comes to their spending. On Wall Street at this hour, stocks are mixed. The Dow Jones Industrial's up 286. This is CBS News.
Every Sunday, moderator Margaret Brennan goes face-to-face with top leaders to make you better informed. Face the Nation, Sunday on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
The accused man of attacking a 15-year-old girl in North Seattle faces a judge. But first, KIRO Newsradio real-time traffic on I-90 westbound just east of Front Street. There's a collision partially blocking the right lane there. I-5 southbound from Linwood to Seattle. It's still moving slow, about 21-minute delay. It'll take you about 50 minutes. And this traffic report is brought to you by Lake Washington Windows and Doors. Feel the freedom of lower energy bills. This Memorial Day, get $525 off every window, $1,000 off every door, plus 12 months zero-interest financing. Visit LakeWashingtonWindows.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and MyNorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Gashard. The man accused of luring and raping a 15-year-old girl in North Seattle Monday was in court yesterday afternoon. Prosecutors charged John Kalvachevsky with first-degree rape and kidnapping. According to court documents, he was on a bicycle on Monday when he approached the girl as she stood up at a bus stop. He allegedly lured her into the woods and assaulted her. Here's King County Prosecutor's spokesperson, Casey McNerthy.
King County prosecutors asked for him to be held on $1 million bail, and the court said bail at that amount.
He wasn't charged with rape of a child because current charges more accurately describe his actions and carry more severe penalties if convicted. Over in Mason County, a man is in jail after deputies say an argument turned into a kidnapping at a home near the Catfish Lake area. Investigators say the victim flagged down a deputy minutes after escaping on Tuesday afternoon. She says a man jumped onto her truck as she tried to leave his home, assaulted her through the window, then forced his way inside the cab and drove her back to the house. She later escaped with help from a friend. Deputies found the suspect in the road searching for the victim. He was arrested and booked into the Mason County Jail on domestic violence charges, including kidnapping and felony assault. The Humane Society for Tacoma and Pierce County says it's deeply sorry after a dog in his care attacked and killed another dog at the Tacoma City Marathon. Paul Beck tells KIRO 7 TV he's grieving his 10-year-old poodle, Brownie.
I must do myself to get up to save my baby, but it was too late.
Alexis, who was there for the attack, filed an incident witness report. The shelter told her they just received the dog from an owner surrender 2 days before the marathon.
That is not enough time to fully understand a dog's behavior and temperament, and then to send that dog out into an event.
The attacking dog was euthanized. The Humane Society says it's reviewing its event protocols. And for your KIRO News Radio weather right now, it's cloudy. We'll have a little bit of a warm-up today with highs in the mid-60s. Right now, it's about 53 in downtown Seattle. I'm Katrina Gashard, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
Hey, good morning, everybody. It is the Gee and Ursula Show. Happy Thursday to all of you. Good morning, Ursula.
Good morning. Hey, we've got a lot going on this hour, which I probably say that every single hour, but we really do because we do have a guest coming on, someone who is challenging State Senator Jamie Peterson. She actually reached out to us after hearing part of our interview, and there was a specific part of the interview that really struck a nerve and for you and also stood out to her, and so she reached out to us and we said, hey, let's have her and find out a little bit more about her.
Welcome.
So we will have that conversation coming up. Also, there is a high school that has had a school resource officer for years and years, and suddenly that program's going to come to an end. So we're going to share that story, see what y'all think. Text us, Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line 888-973-5476, 888-973-KIRO.
What's new at 10?
So, Gee, the rumor mill continues to churn around the future of the Seahawks and who is going to own the team. There are several reports out this morning that say a group led by billionaire steel executive Aditya Mittal, part of one of India's richest families, and former Boston Celtics owner, is it Weiss Grausbeck? Apparently, this group is preparing a bid for the team. Now, Mittal recently helped bankroll the Celtics sale with about $1 billion. And as we all know, the Seahawks could reportedly sell, north of $7 billion? So maybe they would have the money?
Right.
I'm waiting to hear what your thoughts are on this.
I was waiting for you to finish. Okay, well,
no, that's all I have.
I'll just keep it simple. As you all know, we've said this on the show. This is the Gee and Ursula Show. So we got our own kind of language a little bit. What do I always say about the NFL and how it moves? It moves like the G in lasagna. Right?
It's silent.
It's silent. You know what I mean? And that's how they do things. So for me, when I hear and or see, this person looks like they might be rumored to be buying it, that to me is an indicator of nope. Because in the past, when you see someone go to buy the team, the owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars, and who's this guy? It comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And you're just like, I never heard of that guy, or I wasn't expecting that. Because that's how the NFL does things. They do it that way, so you're not able to drive up prices. And I think when sometimes you have the speculation right there, sometimes it kind of helps throw away the scent. But again, this is just how my opinion of the NFL, you know what I mean? They're like the G in lasagna.
Yeah, I love that. And I love that thing that you have that makes it easy for me to remember, which is, hey, if they start bouncing out names, that's almost a guarantee that they're not going to be the ones. But there are these names, though, that at least it seems like there are a lot of people who could potentially afford to own the Seahawks.
Right. Agree. One more thing that I have learned about the NFL. Nobody does investigations better than the NFL. Nobody can hold a secret better than the NFL. Like, have you ever heard some stories before? Don't you guys find it funny? Remember back right before the Super Bowl. Remember this, Ursula? Right before the Super Bowl, reports are out that the Seahawks could be for sale. And they got leaked out.
And then they said, oh, nope, the Seahawks are not for sale. Okay, a matter of semantics. Yet.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What do I think happened? I believe that Bob Kraft, who is the owner of the Patriots, I think somehow they did that. But I don't know. Speaking of the Patriots, just so you know, I was at an event at the Museum of Flight on Saturday.
Yeah.
And I was there, and I don't know if you guys have seen this. Have any of you all seen the New England Patriots plane that's at Boeing Field? And it's been there. It's got like all of the championship trophies on it. Like it's a straight plane. I'm like,
why are they here?
Why are they here?
They're probably getting the plane spruced up.
Right. No, if you work at that Boeing Field or something,
could you give us the scoop?
What's the scoop? Like, why? I mean, big planers.
Yes.
Big plane.
So
Not just a
beautiful Boeing plane that they're probably just getting touched up. Right? Refurbished.
Well said. So we will see. But the bottom line is that I'm looking forward to whoever's going to buy the team. And I would love for it to be a woman, but we could talk about the Sonics and potentially that happening, and we all know that happening as well. So,
yes.
What else you got for me, Ursula?
Okay, well, we always talk about people leaving the state.
Yes.
And people pulling up stakes because they're just done with it.
Yeah.
And our guy, Gene Balk,
my guy,
the FYI guy at the Seattle Times, looked into this and says that Washington's population is basically breaking even when it comes to folks moving in and out of here. And this is based on new U.S. Census data. It shows about the same number of people moved to Washington from other states as those who left, making it essentially a wash. California still being the state that sends the largest number of new residents here. But where are we losing folks to? Idaho is one. They've seen a lot. And funny enough, that is the state that I hear a lot of people say, I'm done. I'm going to move to Idaho. It's not that.
Oregon is one.
Oregon is another. Oregon is another. But bottom line, people are still moving here to Washington just as much as they are packing up and heading elsewhere.
Well, before we move on, I'm just kind of keep it simple. Yeah, I believe that. There's a lot of things that are happening in this state that would probably warrant some folks probably trying to leave. I mean, I paid $7.14 a gallon yesterday for gas. Right now, there's uncertainty has anybody paid attention to the job loss in tech? Hello?
Yeah,
exactly. They don't get a pass. They lay off people all the time. And you have buyers that are holding tight because their uncertainty, interest rate, of course, the economy. And then you have sellers that can't even hardly sell everything like that because every time they put it on the market, they got to keep dropping the price. So, So we'll see.
So this is expected to be one of the more interesting fights in our state in the upcoming election. Our guest this hour is Hannah Sabio Howell. She is a progressive labor organizer and first-time candidate taking on one of the most powerful Democrats in Olympia, Senate Majority Leader Jamie Peterson, who we recently had on the show. So this could turn into a battle over the future of the Democratic Party in Seattle and in our state. And Hannah joins us live now in studio. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so honored.
Absolutely. So you are taking on one of the most powerful Democrats in Olympia. Why him and why now?
Absolutely. Well, super relevant to the conversation you both were just having. I think that Washington State could be the best place in the country to build a life if people could afford to do that. But politics as usual, status quo government has resulted in an affordability crisis that I think lawmakers in power are not addressing with the urgency that it deserves. And right now, for some context about the 43rd District that I'm hoping to represent, this includes neighborhoods like Capitol Hill, the University District, Fremont, and Wallingford. This is the most progressive district in the state of Washington. It's a place that we have presented our visionary values, particularly around a fair economy, on taxes on the ultra-wealthy. And we have been represented by a 20-year career politician, a moderate Democrat, that I think is out of step with our district's values and what we could accomplish if we had more aligned leadership in that seat.
You know, some folks say that the progressives created this affordability crisis that's here in the state of Washington. Climate Commitment Act, capital gains tax, all this kind of stuff, potential of an income tax, all that stuff. How would you tell a working family the way out of this being so expensive? What would you say to them? What's their way out? Because that's really what everybody wants to know. That's the fix. What do you tell the people that are really having a hard time?
Absolutely. Well, for some quick background about what I did before this run, I was organizing alongside underpaid workers in industries like the domestic work industry, the food delivery gig economy, the agricultural industry, industries where workers are really not paid enough to live good lives here. So the crisis of affordability was top of mind, something we talked about all the time. And then at the same time, what we saw in 2024, for example, is that people in Washington actually voted really overwhelmingly to approve things like the Climate Commitment Act, the Long-Term Care Act, the capital gains tax, because there's this recognition, I think, in the conversations that I've had with workers and in what we've seen from how people in Washington have voted, that we're looking for balance. We're looking to tax the ultra-wealthy so that the services that we need and rely on, things like childcare, things like long-term care, are more affordable or cheaper for us. And so that's, this is why I was so happy that you all were talking about the millionaire's tax last week, because that's one of those steps, in my opinion, toward finding that balance, toward making sure that people like you and I are paying less at the end of the day, so that because the ultra-wealthy are paying more for the things that we need and rely on.
So again, you actually support this so-called millionaire's tax, and you have actually said it doesn't go far enough. So what would be different?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is part of why I was really honored and excited to get to come talk to you, because I do really support this millionaire's income tax, but I think people are asking really valid questions about it, expressing really valid skepticism about it. And I really want this to pass in November, because I do see the way that it will reduce costs for working people here. And I felt that your questions were not met with clear or respectful answers, and so I wanted to get to dig into that with you. So thank you for asking about that. The tax is built, again, I mentioned balance. The tax is built to build more balance into an inherently super unbalanced, upside down current tax code. We are paying so much more at the end of the day, at the end of the year, to live here than the super wealthy individuals and corporations that have built their wealth here and have gotten richer and richer. And so the millionaire's tax is part of, reducing some of those super regressive taxes, things like sales tax on care products, things like, sales tax is the super regressive one. But, I think what I'd like to see it also do is reduce property taxes for working people. I'd like to see that rebalancing and that shift in how we pay so much more of our limited income than the ultra wealthy.
Well, just some folks who are listening right now hear phrases like tax the rich, or and they're going to worry that businesses or high earners are going to leave the state. What is your response to that?
Yeah. Something I would harken back to is actually 10 years ago when Washington State was the home of the Fight for 15. And this was the exact same argument that we heard at the time too, that if we pay workers a living wage, then our biggest employers and our small employers are going to go out of business, or, this industry will collapse, the sky will fall. But what we know is that now 10 years later, a little over 10 years later, our economy is more robust and more resilient, and more working people have more money in their pockets to spend locally. And obviously, we are still in a position where working a minimum wage job is not really enough to afford life here, but it was a good step forward, and it shows that, in fact, some of those arguments about the wealthy leaving the state, big employers leaving the state, don't really hold up.
Well, I'm going to go with, first of all, I understand. I talk about this, about how this is a regressively taxed state. So I'm going to give you the chance to answer a question that I had for somebody that you're going to run against. And what I said I said, for the people that are very confused at the way this is being laid out, this millionaire's tax, and by the way, we've had interviews, and right now, currently, there are no guardrails. If this passes, there's no guardrails on the people that make under $1 million potentially also getting an income tax. What do you say to people like me and others in this state that are clearly confused?
That skepticism is super valid, and it comes out of the fact that cost of living has continued to increase while our services have eroded, while our K-12 schools have gotten cut, while pathways to higher education have gotten cut, while childcare support has gotten cut. So of course it makes sense that people are like, why would I approve or why would I support a policy that is going to make my life more expensive if that's what it does? Right. And I think the guardrails are that we need to and can elect people who are focused specifically on the crisis of affordability by saying, we will absolutely not ever increase your cost of living here without decreasing what you pay to live here at the same time. I'm going to use that word balance again, just because I think the millionaire's tax is, as any income tax, is about broadening a tax base to lower what we all pay at the end of the day.
So what is so against the incumbent, who is Senator Jamie Peterson, what is the biggest difference between you and Senator Jamie Peterson, something that we can go away and take away with from this interview? What's the biggest difference?
Yeah, I would point to two. One is that just in the way that people's questions are answered by current lawmakers in power, people like Senator Peterson, who I am running against, the orientation is that policy is bestowed upon us by people who are smarter or more qualified than we are, rather than policy being something that we build. And this is the organizing orientation that I come out of, that treats policy like it's something that we do together. And so a difference between a new generation of leadership that will treat policymaking like it's a team sport, rather than policymaking like it's something that we are lucky to be the beneficiaries of. That's a key difference, I think, between status quo, politics as usual, career politicians like the incumbent I'm running against, and a new generation of lawmakers. And then the second difference is just in how our campaigns are supported. I mean, our campaign takes zero corporate PAC dollars. It has not, it never will. We are purely a grassroots, small dollar and an individual person supported campaign. And Senator Peterson and incumbents like him are not. They're people who take large corporate donations and have, over the course of their career, clearly worked to carry the water for corporate interests in our state. And I think that is part of what has led to the crisis of affordability, and it doesn't, catering to corporate interests is not something that serves you and me.
Hannah, with the minute that we have left, one of the biggest concerns, I can see it on our text line and just in talking to folks, it's not just the millionaires, but people are feeling taxed to death at basically all levels. Also recognizing that we have a regressive system here in the state of Washington. What would you do in this position to ensure that it would not go beyond millionaires? What kind of guardrails, or what would you do to make sure that it would stay with this, if it survived the legal challenges, would stay above $1 million threshold?
Sure. Well, again, something I would absolutely never support is policy that makes life more expensive for us. And if expanding a millionaires' income tax is what made life more expensive for us. I wouldn't support that. But what I think that taxes like the millionaires' income tax can and will do is reduce taxes elsewhere. Because you're right. I mean, I think people are absolutely feeling taxed to death. So if we do things like reducing sales tax, cutting property taxes, providing tax exemptions for working families, expanding the working families tax credit, which is part of what the millionaires' income tax does, that is what I would support. And those are the types of things that are only possible if we do ultimately broaden our tax base. So, it's a 1-2 answer. I will never support anything that makes life more expensive. I think that broadening a tax base and making our tax system more fair is how we make life more affordable here. And moving toward things like the millionaires' income tax, which is why I'm ultimately supporting it, is part of how we get there.
Hannah Sabio Howell, appreciate your time. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you
for coming in studio.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Coming up here on the Gee Ursula Show at 10:47, it's time for scenarios. We'll be doing that. But up next, let's see here. I looked at everything at 10:30, and I was just like, How about college students, Ursula?
Sure.
College students are learning a way to socialize without cell phones. Next, Gee Ursula.
KIRO News Radio, where you turn for the news you depend on.
KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey is here with more.
24% of businesses are now thinking about leaving Washington.
Traffic.
We are definitely seeing some slowing through the S-curves.
Conversation.
We build it, we produce it, we charge for it.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
A one-hander! Are you kidding me?
Broadcasting live from the KIRO News Radio YouTube channel. KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
In today's fast-moving job market, staying ahead means keeping your skills sharp. At University of Maryland Global Campus, we help keep your capabilities cutting edge with our skills-based education programs designed to move your career forward. Explore more than 135 degrees and certificates in business, cybersecurity, and more. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start May 13th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chef.
At T-Mobile Park, you've always got the best seat in the house. But if you're looking for a truly golden view, look no further than the seats on the first baseline, a.k.a. Trident Town. Post up behind the Mariners dugout, and you get a great view of Logan Gilbert, Brian Wu, and our entire rotation at work.
Swing and a miss! Fastball upstairs, blew it by him, strike three.
Not to mention the best view of the best home run celebration in baseball. When the Trident goes up, you know a party's going down.
It is gone! Julio!
Mariners baseball. Trident's up.
The Mariners' upcoming giveaway lineup is stacked. Hello Kitty clear crossbody bags May 15th. Thanks to Starbucks. Salute to Armed Forces military caps May 16th. Thanks to Boeing. And Josh Naylor's Mariners bobblehead debut May 18th and 19th. Brought to you by Western Washington Toyota dealers. Get tickets at mariners.com.
It started as a puddle.
Where?
In the shower.
Uh-oh.
Then the kitchen sink.
Started backing up?
Yeah.
I know where this is going.
Clogged up.
Right. No problem.
Beg your pardon?
There's no clog we can't clear.
You're Dan.
From Apollo Plumbing.
This is going to get pricey.
How about $83?
To clear my drain?
Apollo Plumbing clears main drains every day.
For $83?
$83 or it's free.
What's the catch?
No catch. We'll even do a camera inspection.
Why's that?
It's the best way to find the cause of your clog.
And it's included?
No extra charge. Truth is, we hate clogs.
I don't love them.
Seen them all.
Ew.
I promise, there's no clog Apollo can't clear.
Guaranteed.
83 or free.
Goodbye, slow drains.
All it takes is an accessible clean out.
And Apollo gets my drains draining again.
You call, we come, it's fixed.
My heroes.
Just doing our job.
Thank you, Apollo Plumbing.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
Gas prices keep climbing, but the cost to drive doesn't have to. At Subaru of Puyallup, fuel-efficient models help you go farther on every tank with the confidence of all-wheel drive. From the all-electric Solterra to the Forester Hybrid with up to 35 miles per gallon, your stress-free shopping experience starts at Subaru of Puyallup. For stress-free pricing, a huge selection, and all the current pricing and financing specials, visit SubaruofPuyallup.com, your stress-free dealership, part of the Harnish Auto family.
Spike O'Neill here for Ageless Living. Recently, my aunt had surgery, and she was home the next day. But we weren't sure if we were ready or equipped to give the kind of care that she needed, so we called Ageless Living and asked about respite care. A short-term stay that provides 24/7 expert care, Ageless Living amenities, and peace of mind for you and your family. Go to agelessliving.com/spike and schedule a visit. It can be a much-needed break for a caregiver and a chance for you and your family to get a look and a taste of what Ageless Living offers. That's agelessliving.com/spike.
Wait! Before you change the station, listen to this.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KIRO Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KIRO Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Pickup is quick and easy. You'll also get a vacation voucher and a tax deduction.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KIRO Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KIRO Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. Donate your car today.
Your VA loan and reverse mortgage experts for 34 years. Best Mortgage is proud to be the longest-running mortgage company on KIRO Radio. Get a no-pressure consultation from a real person, never an AI bot. Web search Best Mortgage for honest advice you can trust.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Gashard. President Trump says progress is being made in the peace deal with Iran. CBS's Weeta Jang has more.
The deal would include a moratorium on Iran's nuclear enrichment, the lifting of U.S. sanctions, and both sides ending restrictions in the Strait of Hormuz. An Iranian official said the proposal is being reviewed. Trump insisted Iran has already signed off on his key condition.
Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon, and they won't. And they've agreed to that.
Iran has not said that publicly, and Trump lamented its leaders have backed off past agreements.
A Covington man is accused of staging a home invasion and killing his wife. KIRO 7 TV's Elle Thomas says a police report shows Kyle Cathcart gave detectives access to a Ring camera inside the home.
The video showed a man in a black hoodie, roughly Cathcart's size, entering the house. Investigators say that's who Cathcart claimed he saw stabbing his wife, Jody, on their bed. Cathcart told investigators he chased the man. The man poked him in the stomach with the knife, causing several small cuts. But a little while later, investigators found dark clothes ditched in a pile of garbage in the backyard. And they also found blood near the garage keypad where there were no surveillance cameras.
Investigators say Cathcart admitted to the crime when he was arrested. He's set to be in court again today. Over in Kirkland, police arrested 2 people for promoting prostitution.
On Tuesday, Kirkland police and other agencies served warrants at 3 businesses as part of a human trafficking investigation. Police say they'd received multiple complaints about suspicious activity at one location and believe it was used as a front for prostitution. The warrants were served simultaneously. 2 arrests were made. The nonprofit group The More We Love was on scene to support potential victims of human trafficking. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
On a lighter note, the Legally Blonde movie franchise is out with a new prequel series that takes place here in Seattle. And as it turns out, the main character, Elle Woods, spent her high school days here.
We're moving to Seattle. How long will that be?
A couple of years.
That's my whole life.
Hey.
The new series rewinds to 1995 when the grunge era ruled the city and Elle's pink wardrobe just did not fit in. Elle premieres July 1st on Prime Video. You can see the full trailer on mynorthwest.com. And for your KIRO News Radio real-time traffic right now, I-5 southbound from Linwood to Seattle is still moving slow. We've got a 20-minute delay. It'll take you about 50 minutes. And there's also a crash lower down on I-5 southbound, also causing another delay into Linwood from Bellevue. This traffic report is brought to you by the Seattle Sports. You can always listen to your favorite local sports content on the FM dial on 97.3 HD2. For your weather, morning clouds and some drizzle, and we've got sunbreak this afternoon. Highs again will be in the mid-60s. Right now, it's about 53 in downtown Seattle. I'm Katrina Gashard, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the Gee and Ursula Show. And, on this show, we often talk about college and college life. And there's something new happening on some campuses to try to fight against loneliness. And so some colleges are choosing to create screen-free zones where students will put away their cell phones and actually talk to each other. And one of the ideas is that so much screen use and social media have hurt attention spans and real-world connections. So these schools are trying to experiment with that. They also are doing no phones during meals, events, and gathering spaces. And some students, they say, are actually buying in. They think it's easier to meet people and have real conversations if they just put away the phone.
Hey, everybody, can we? No. I want to seriously. I am not coming with an opinion. I just want to ask a few questions.
Okay.
And let's be real about this topic.
Yes.
It seems like there is this attempt to course correct. And it seems like we're on this, we're going to try to get rid of the cell phones. Here's my question. Do we think, is that going to work?
Never get rid of them.
Okay.
But try to get some balance back in life.
Like, I get that. I would argue, Ursula, that it's over. The toothpaste won't be put back into the tube. Let me explain. What we use our cell phones today isn't like it was 15 years ago. We're talking about 2026. There's some folks that's using their cell phones for their diet plans, workout plans. Some are using it for therapy.
Their whole life is in there.
Therapy. Some people are working from home and they're able to check out this. Like seriously, like our whole lives connected with friends and families and loved ones. Like,
are we projecting here though? Because is it as and the question I ask is, is it a valiant effort to try, at least when you're younger, to get people back to actually having face-to-face conversations?
I think it would be great, but how about this? Maybe we are projecting. So let me ask you this, Ursula. Start with you. Are you using your cell phone more or less today than you did 5 years ago?
Oh my God, way too much. It's right now, I think it's an addiction. And I keep blaming our jobs for having to be so tied to my cell phone. So I want to see, like, in the future, what it would be like
when you retire.
Yeah, which is years away.
I think I'll use it. I'll use my cell phone less when I retire.
Absolutely. But how much less? Because as you
Probably
said,
50%.
other aspects of my life are in there too. There's things that I enjoy doing. Some of the hobbies that I've incorporated into my life. That's just scrolling away, looking at this, that, and the other thing, finding deals, exchanging information, et cetera, et cetera. I sound like a drug dealer. I'm talking about perfume. But you know what I'm saying? It's like I spend way too much time on my phone.
But I don't think you're alone.
I know I'm not.
You know what I mean? Like,
but if we could save the next generation from being so tied up into it, and also when people are, still maturing and still developing personalities and that kind of thing, I just think it would be healthier if you could kind of nip it in the bud a little earlier, so you don't get so dependent on it.
Some of these folks like you and I, and some of our friends, we should be way better at this than the folks that are born into this. There's Gen Alpha that's coming up right now. They don't know anything different.
I know.
They've only come up and had this. So that's their entire world is technology. Hey, everybody, you guys remember going to school in that book bag? How heavy was your book bag, Ursula? That
Very.
thing with them textbooks in there?
Yes.
These kids would never know about that. We walked 50 miles in the rain and snow, Nick.
Still both ways?
Both ways.
Oh, wow.
Barefoot. Okay. All right. I just had to make a little joke.
Well, I'm just curious. I'm curious for those of us who have closer to college age kids. I mean, mine are out of college, but even just in high school, wouldn't you think it would be great if they were less dependent on their phones? And I don't think you can force it. I love what the Seattle School District is doing, by the way, and I still think we need a statewide policy, schools banning cell phones in schools. I mean, with the exception of between periods for high schoolers. I'm all in favor of that. But I mean, anything you can do to slow down the addiction to the cell phone, I think would be great. I mean, if it could come from the home versus outside sources,
right,
that would be great.
Yeah, Ursula, I'll go this far, and I don't think anybody's going to admit this.
Yeah,
but I'll just tell you the truth.
Okay.
I think that we are dealing with a time where some people, the cell phone is our best friend. No, I'm not even trying to be funny.
No, literally, the AI cases, and I mean, when you're talking about it being an actual companion and partner for people.
I mean, and just so we're clear, hey Ursula, when you call up AI doesn't take long to text you back.
No.
AI doesn't take long to call you back.
Yeah, and it can
AI
give you
is
exactly
never
what
busy.
you want.
Hey Ursula, if Ursula wakes up at 1:30 in the morning and asks AI a question about perfume, guess what? AI ain't sleep. So we're sitting here, we're trying to get away with, like, if you're not using it for work, Ursula, let's just say work is out of the way. What's the number one thing that you use your cell phone for? And when you're on that, what are you looking at?
TikTok.
Now, what you looking at?
Okay, well, right now there's a variety, and some of it is real life. But I tell you, I don't mean to be so single subject right now. But I'm in the same boat as you. I've got a perfume obsession, so it's fragrance related.
So no, I'm not trying to pick on you, Ursula.
Yes,
that's my point. Your thing is perfume. My thing is finance. Everybody has a thing.
Yeah.
That's most of the time connected to the cell phone.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not picking on you. I got issues.
I've got perfume and travel. That's what I've got. Some real hard hitters there.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of escapism for me. Yeah, for sure.
Hey, Ursula.
Yeah.
You got a lot out of that.
Yeah, we did.
Hey, coming up next, scenarios. Gee Ursula.
KIRO Newsradio, the first place you turn for the news you trust.
Renton police investigating a shooting that happened just after midnight.
Engaging conversation.
It's just indefensible. The mayor's communications team should be better.
Traffic.
A full closure now, southbound 509 at Alexander Avenue.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
Streaming everywhere on the KIRO Newsradio app. Always here, always with you. KIRO Newsradio, 97.3 FM.
Wendy's new Biggie Deals lets you choose whatever you're in the mood for. It's like a music mixing board of deals, and you're the producer. Go with some chill folk music with a JBC in the $4 Biggie Bite snack. Try the drum and bass of deals with a double stack and a $6 Biggie bag. Or go full-on sandwich symphony with an $8 Biggie bundle, the grand finale of snacking. And the best part? They all come with napkins. $4, $6, and $8 Biggie Deals how you want them at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Support comes from Amazon Business. You can't rely on guesswork to run your business. With Smart Business Buying, innovative AI tools optimize your purchasing experience, paired with delivery options built for business. Empower your team today. Learn more at AmazonBusiness.com.
Progressive knows it ain't easy navigating the open plains of home insurance, but there is one man who can help tame that wild herd of options. The Home Quote Explorer.
Note, Progressive's Home Quote Explorer is not a real person, but an online tool that lets you compare home insurance.
He's the type of feller who helps you decide on the right insurance, even if it ain't with him.
Again, not a person, just an online tool that helps you find great home coverage.
A real pioneer.
Okay, fine. Just do the thing. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
The team that gave me back my full head of hair, Advanced Hair, is once again the winner of the 425 Business of the Year. Dr. Perungo and his world-class team begin regrowing your own natural hair the very next day. And Advanced Hair guarantees your new hair will grow, just like they did for me. Find out why Advanced Hair is the best of the best. With your free consultation, you'll receive $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
Washington's lottery gives out a lot of green to winners in schools and retailers awesome. Washington lottery, Washington lottery.
Visit wildlottery.com. Who benefits to learn more.
The Camping World Ultimate RV Show is coming to Angel of the Winds RV Resort in Seattle. Parking and admission are free. Join us May 14th to the 17th to shop special show pricing on over 200 fully staged new and used RVs. Get an exclusive first look at new models. Check out the latest gear and accessories. Bring the family to enjoy our Kids Zone and enter to win a new RV. Don't miss the Ultimate RV Show in Seattle, May 14th to the 17th. We'll see you there.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Gee and Ursula Show. Oh, man, whenever you play Rick James, I know what kind of mood you're in,
You
Nick.
always bring Slick up when I play that bad boy, man.
Hey, there it is. All right, let's get to scenarios.
Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario?
Okay, this is a real simple scenario. It's probably the shortest scenarios we've ever had.
Oh.
Hey, I just want to keep this simple with you guys. What do I do here, and what should I have done? You witness a stranger shoplifting in a store. Do you report it to the store manager? Do you confront the person, or do you stay silent? 888-973-5476 is the Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line. Ursula, you have to bat first.
Sorry, if you're doing it in front of me, I'm reporting it to somebody. I'm not confronting you. And the reason I'm not confronting you, there might have been a time I would, but I don't know if you're armed, so I'm not going to confront you. But if I see it in front, and I have reported it, I have seen people try to leave with 12 packs, and they think they're going to get away with it. And sadly, for the longest time, so many stores were letting them get away. I mean, now I don't see it as much because the grocery stores, a lot of them have the security, and then you have to actually walk through and show them your receipt and that kind of thing. It's a little harder.
Right.
But it used to be rampant.
Let me tell you why I'm telling. I know people would say, well, gee, that's the right thing to do.
It is the right thing to do.
No doubt.
Yes.
Okay, it is.
Yes.
Or I can mind my business.
Yes.
However, this time, let me specifically tell you why I'm snitching every single time.
Yeah.
Because I've told you before, Ursula, going into a store where things are locked up, it drives me nuts.
Yes.
There is there's a QFC over right off the 512 off of Pacific Ave that I refuse to go to that QFC because of just that. Some of the things they have locked up. Now, do I understand? Yes.
Yeah, locking up ice cream.
I just don't have.
Crazy.
I don't have a good. I just feel a certain type of way.
Yeah.
But again, I'm just telling you. I do understand why they do it. But the store that I'm going to, if this keeps happening, they're gonna start locking stuff up. I'm telling.
Yes.
I'm telling store manager, and I'm not approaching you.
No.
I'm not doing that.
No.
And I'm not gonna stay silent because I don't want my store being locked up.
Yes. Well, not only that, but ultimately we all end up paying because the store loses money, they jack up the prices, and so it all ends up becoming all of our problems.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the other part is,
what's that?
A lot of times I think if they're doing this, stop them now before it just keeps escalating and escalating. Know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just keeps getting worse.
What you got there, Paul?
Gee, we keep it a buck on this show, right? That's what we do?
Yeah.
That's our whole thing?
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything. And hey, you all have valid, totally understandable points. It makes sense. It's the right thing to do. But Ursula kind of hinted to this as well. I ain't trying to get myself involved with that, and who knows what might happen. But I want to at least hand up. I understand. I'm in the wrong here. I know I'm in the wrong, but I'm just minding my P's and Q's and going on my business. That's what I'm doing. But hats off to both of you for doing the right thing.
And by the way, I understand that.
Yeah.
I understand that. Mike, what you got, man?
Not my business, man. And I come from that perspective. Like I used to do inventory at grocery stores, and I would see this happening. I would see people walk out the door, or even with like shopping carts out, and I'd be standing with the store manager. I'd be like, "Hey, man, I just counted that stuff," and they would have just as much apathy. So all of the things that you're talking about have already happened with stuff being locked up. I don't know if either me or the store manager stopping that guy from taking stuff, if that's going to change anything. So I just keep to myself.
Okay, I'm going to argue that the store manager and you not doing anything, and I understand different stores have different policies, but I think being so lax and making it so easy for the thieves is one of the reasons we are in this pickle in the first place.
Absolutely, 1,000%.
So I'm going to continue reporting.
It's an apathy problem. Yep.
Yeah, this is a rough one because I just want, Mike, Paul, I just want you guys to know, a lot of my life is usually minding my business, staying silent. But this this particular topic right here, this is where I'm just one of those things. But I don't. And another thing that I think sometimes when I have seen it, when I see someone taking beer and alcohol is different to me.
Totally.
Than when I see Pampers, formula,
bread
and cheese. You know what I mean? So I look at that different.
Absolutely.
Because something tells me, and I know, contrary to what people believe, people that take those things are struggling. I'm not justifying you should do it, but I'm just saying that I look at that a little bit different than distilling the beer and wine and all that.
When you're
You know
walking
what I'm
out there
saying?
with that free 12-pack out there, I'm with you.
That's a different game.
Yeah.
It's not really a better cause in that case.
Nick, what you got, man?
It depends on what I'm seeing getting stolen in this case, because there's a wide range of what can be taken and a line I draw where it's going too far. If I'm seeing something pricey and valuable, I go to the front and bring it up to somebody working there, since it's pretty obvious at that point. But if we're talking maybe a grape or two in the produce section, listen, I'm turning my shoulder, closing my eyes, and keeping the peace with myself without giving myself any other problems of my own.
Don't you worry about a thing.
Maybe my karma will decrease after the fact, but I'm willing to take that risk. But if I'm not too worried too much about my taste testing the bulk foods, a TV or shaver, though, if I see it, I might not be able to help myself saying a little something. The beer, too.
Okay, wait.
What?
Nick brought up trying a grape or two. Now, I have done that.
I think we've all done that. Maybe a little candy in the bulk section.
Not
Free donut?
not a handful of grapes. I've tried one before I buy.
Hey, listen. When your dog is at Whole Foods, and I go to get the little tofu, you get you build your little thing, the hot plate, the salad bar.
Yeah. Your taste testing?
For some reason, the tofu, I always get me a couple pieces.
Okay. A couple pieces?
Come on, little small pieces of tofu.
We call it sampling the product.
But
at
here's
that
the
point.
thing: I know what it tastes like. I have it all the time, but every time I'm filling that thing up, I'm like, okay, 5 for you. One for me.
Oh, no.
Roger. Quality inspection there.
Roger in University Place says, you got to stand for something. You're a fall for anything. I'm telling.
Hey, man. Okay. But so, Nick, when you brought up the grape, the last time I was at Whole Foods down there by in University Place, your dog had I had a couple.
And what are they going to do if they find out, oh, he took 2 grapes? Okay, that's going to be 2 cents for you. Come on now.
Yeah. All right. Good stuff. Hey, Ursula, what you want to do at 11 o'clock hour? It's free reign.
Well, we're going to talk about the housing market, which we haven't touched on, and
King
what's
County.
going on in King County specifically. But I'd love to know what's going on in Pierce and Snohomish counties as well.
Gee and Ursula.
The future of home comfort is here. The new Carrier Infinity system delivers premium home heating and cooling with innovative filtration for healthy air and over-the-air software updates that help optimize performance. Carrier, for the world we share.
Save up to $2,100 in Carrier Cool Cash rebates when you purchase a premium heating or cooling system, while also taking advantage of a special financing offer of 0% APR for 60 months. For details, visit CarrierNorthwest.com. That's CarrierNorthwest.com.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Eggland's Best. The only eggs with more fresh and delicious taste, plus superior nutrition. Eggland's Best. Better taste, better nutrition, better eggs.
You could sleep through the night without thinking twice. You could take a seat in the middle of the theater. You could drive without worry of where the next restroom is. You used to say yes, and somewhere along the way, you stopped. Not because of one big moment, because of 100 small ones. A little more urgency, one more trip to the bathroom at 2 a.m., one more mental note about where the restroom is. It happened slowly enough that it just became you. But it's not you. It's enlarged prostate, and there's a treatment called aquablation therapy, the only ultrasound-guided robotic-assisted therapy for enlarged prostate. Find an aquablation therapist near you. Call Aquablation Seattle at 206-666-2466, 206-666-2466. That's 206-666-2466. All surgical treatments carry risks, and results may vary. Side effects may include urinary symptoms, mild pain, ejaculatory dysfunction, or infection. In rare cases, complications to the urethra and rectum may occur. Aquablation therapy may not be right for everyone. Talk to your urologist to learn more. Visit aquablationseattle.com.
Be advised, this is your opportunity to save up to 40 to 80% on a hot tub or swim spa. This weekend only, Friday through Sunday, Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. Be advised, this is your opportunity to save up to 40 to 80% on a hot tub or swim spa. This weekend only, Friday through Sunday, Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. 18-month interest-free financing. Our factories have demanded we sell 1,000 hot tubs and swim spas this weekend. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. Huge factory incentives, factory rebates, this weekend only. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. We can remove your old hot tub. Free delivery of your new hot tub. Deep discounts. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. Free delivery of your new hot tub. Just relax and enjoy. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. Friday, 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Sunday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Free admission. Free delivery. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. Call 833-SPA-SALE or visit hottubandSwimSpaSale.com.
KIRO FM and HD1 Tacoma, Seattle. This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. Just passed by the Republican majority Tennessee House and sent to the state Senate is a newly passed congressional map. The Republican map carves Shelby County, which includes Memphis, into 3 different congressional districts and keeps Nashville divided among 3 districts as well. Reaction from Democratic Tennessee Representative Steve Cohen.
It devastates all of the work that's been done to rectify the injuries to African Americans because of years and centuries of slavery and decades of Jim Crow rule and Jim Crow laws.
Republican Representative John Stevens.
Tennessee is a conservative state when our congressional representation in Washington should reflect that. This map ensures that.
The effort to monitor the spread of deadly hantavirus from a cruise ship off the west coast of Africa is expanding, including in the U.S. Some people had disembarked the MV Hondius before cases of hantavirus were confirmed. Maria Van Kerkhove of the World Health Organization stresses,
I want to be unequivocal here. This is not SARS-CoV-2. This is not the start of a COVID pandemic. This is an outbreak that we see on a ship.
On Thursday, officials with the World Health Organization confirmed 5 of 8 people sickened on the ship were infected with the Andes strain of the virus.
In previous outbreaks, there has been instances of human-to-human transmission, mainly among close contacts.
Several states are now monitoring former passengers, including 1 from Virginia and 2 from Georgia, who health officials say are currently in good health and showing no signs of infection.
That's CBS's Bradley Blackburn reporting. Pope Leo has met with Secretary of State Marco Rubio in a visit the White House hopes can ease tensions with the Vatican and President Trump. CBS's Tina Kraus.
The State Department says Thursday's sit-down between the Pope and Rubio underscored the strong relationship between the United States and the Holy See and their shared commitment to promoting peace and human dignity. And it comes at a symbolic moment. Just a day before Pope Leo hits 1 year at the helm of the world's 1.4 billion Catholics.
Thousands of former Spirit Airlines employees are scrambling to find jobs.
The airline shutdown last week came as a shock to many of them. Some said they found out about it from news reports. An estimated 17,000 workers and indirect workers lost their jobs. Helene O'Brien is the Florida vice president of the Service Employees International Union, which represents hundreds of laid-off contract workers at South Florida airports.
I know there are wheelchair pushers for Spirit who've worked for decades, and now it's like starting over.
Miami International Airport is hosting a job fair today for Spirit employees. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
Stocks are down on Wall Street and oil is up. This is CBS News.
I want to know what's going on in the world. I'm Tony. There are big questions that all of us are asking. I want to get you the answers. How are you? I'm Tony DeCopel. Join me on the CBS Evening News.
A suspicious body was found near Mount Baker, but first, let's go to KIRO Newsradio real-time traffic. Everett to Seattle right now, about 43 minutes. We've got about 10-minute difference right now. And Federal Way to Seattle again, that's about 43 minutes. Linwood to Bellevue, 16. Linwood to Seattle, about 19 minutes. Traffic is brought to you by KIRO News Radio.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Gashard. Seattle police say a man was found dead in a tent near Mount Baker Station on Rainier Avenue South. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch is live at the scene. James?
Katrina, SPD says they got a 911 call just before 9 this morning for that suspicious death at what turns out to be a fairly large encampment. Now, just to give you a good position, we're just west of the Mount Baker Light Rail Station near the intersection of Rainier Avenue South and MLK Way. There is a large contingent of SPD officers here. Detective Eric Munoz tells us more.
The only information I can put out right now is there is a deceased male inside of a tent encampment, and our detectives are on scene determining what led up to his death.
Now, we don't yet know what made this death suspicious. The King County Medical Examiner will determine the exact cause and manner of death. In Seattle, James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
Thank you, James. Seattle could soon allow bigger homeless shelter sites across the city. It came with 4 amendments from City Council that a lot of homeless advocates did not like at yesterday's meeting.
Without shelter, people do die, and sometimes red tape kills. Homeless people, including those in low-barrier shelters, are people in need, not predators.
2 amendments require sites with more than 100 beds to have public safety plan in place and to be staffed 24/7. Another requires that shelters must have an agreement with nearby neighborhoods and expectations for behavior. The last one mandates 1 manager for every 15 residents with high needs. Over in Tacoma, police are investigating after the cremated remains of an 11-year-old boy were stolen during a car break-in. Abrielle Priest tells KIRO 7 TV she was moving into a new apartment on 6th Avenue and her brother's ashes were inside the suitcase in the back of her car. When she left for work, she realized everything inside was gone.
I don't care about the clothes. I don't care about the materialistic things, but my 11-year-old brother is something that I cannot get back.
Surveillance cameras captured a man carrying items through a garage area. Priest says the empty suitcase was later recovered, but the ashes were missing. She's asking anyone with information to come forward. Now to your KIRO News Radio weather. Clouds with sun breaks this afternoon. Highs will be in the mid-60s. Right now, it's about 56 in downtown Seattle. I'm Katrina Gashard, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
Hey, good morning, y'all. It's the Gee and Ursula Show. Happy Thursday to you. It's Friday Eve, and you know what tomorrow is. Then make sure it's Flex Fridays and Fresh Fridays and all that stuff. Good morning to you, Ursula.
Good morning. Man, just been scrambling. It's 11 o'clock. Why am I still scrambling?
Hey, just want to give a shout out to Mike, who is his first day producing us, doing his thing. So, Mike, good job. You're doing a good job, buddy.
Thank you, guys.
Absolutely.
Glad to be here.
Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line is open for you, 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO.
Top stories at 11.
On the Gee and Ursula Show.
Okay, one of the first things that happened this morning, G, is I got a text message from our friend Angela Poe Russell. Mm-hmm. Well, this was also after a text message that she asked me, which is, how worried should we be about this hantavirus situation? And my initial reaction was, at the time, last night, not overly concerned because, this is one particular ship, and they are now trying to do the contact tracing, et cetera, et cetera. Well, now we're finding out that health officials around the world are scrambling to track passengers exposed to this rare and deadly strain of hantavirus tied to that cruise ship outbreak. At least 3 people have died. Several others are sick. And then the news story that Angela sent us was this one about this flight attendant who may have been exposed after coming in contact with one of the infected passengers. And so, in case you haven't heard this part, Dutch health officials say a KLM flight attendant has been hospitalized in Amsterdam now with mild symptoms and is being tested for hantavirus after interacting with the wife of one of the passengers who later died. That woman had briefly boarded a flight in Johannesburg before airline crews removed her because she appeared so seriously ill. And what is making health experts especially nervous now is that this appears to involve the Andes strain of hantavirus, which is that rare version, G, that can spread person to person through close contact. Most hantavirus cases come from exposure to infected rodent droppings or saliva. And I wanted you to listen to what CBS medical correspondent Dr. Celine Gounder said about what's going on now and trying to trace who may have been in contact.
Quarantine in this case would be longer than 3 weeks than for Ebola because the incubation period for hantavirus is longer. In big picture, if anybody was exposed, they would want to stay, rationally speaking, near a hospital because if you do start to get worse and develop severe hantavirus disease, you may need ECMO, which is the heart-lung bypass machine, and not every hospital even has that. So you would want to be near that kind of hospital.
And it turns out more than 24 passengers from at least 12 countries left that cruise ship because one of the questions was, well, did they contain it and is everyone just staying on the ship? Other than those who were seriously ill. But more than 24 passengers, 12 different countries left before the full contact tracing began, including several Americans who are now being monitored in states like Georgia, Arizona, California, and Virginia.
We're not ready. So we're clear. We're not ready for anything to happen. So my plan for this hantavirus, I'm going to pray. I'm going to pray they don't get serious. Now, just so you guys know, yes, we did. I'm waiting for Dr. Angela Rasmussen to get back to us, so we would love to talk to her so we can better understand what's going on. But either way, Ursula, the scary part is that we're not ready. As you all know, we're 5 years out from COVID, 5-6 years. Funding has been slashed. Global early warning systems has now holes in it. Vaccine trust, all that. And wherever, I'm not trying to, however you feel about this. The CDC and the WHO, that have less juice today than it did in 2020. So where we are right now, if we were to have something that hit that was serious, we aren't ready. And not only are we not ready, we'll never get ready. Those times are over. COVID split us all. We all have an opinion on it, and it will be the same thing that happens again. There will be people that talk about it on different from a political angle. It will never be talked about from a true health angle. I don't know. I'm sorry.
No,
I gave you that.
I'm curious. Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line. As you are tracking this story, I don't know to what level you listening right now are tracking what's going on with hantavirus, which is very different. And you know what I was trying to tell myself is, hey, this is a very specific cruise. 150 people on this cruise ship, and they went to certain parts of the world where. You can, if you go out into certain areas, be exposed to this particular strain of hantavirus that is able to spread people, person to person. But now, now that they're having to do contact tracing and now, learning that 24 passengers from 12 countries left the cruise ship before that began, it sounds a little more complex than I was originally thinking. So hopefully we do get Dr. Rasmussen on, and hopefully she can calm anybody before they get too worried about it. I hope that's the direction it goes. But you're right. I mean, do we feel more prepared if we were to have some kind of big outbreak that requires all of us to do certain things? I'm not so sure.
How you feel?
Well, I am still going on the cruise. I am still going on a cruise next month.
Well, I mean, yeah, because you haven't gotten any word otherwise.
No,
but
exactly.
How do you feel if something were to really shake down?
I worry. I don't think this is going to be it, and I hope this is not going to be it. But I do worry if we were to have another pandemic, how it would go down. Yeah. I think it would automatically, and it would also depend on what kind of leadership we have. But right now, with everything and what we just experienced, I'm concerned. A level of 1 to 10, 10 being extremely concerned, I'd be at about a 7.
I had another angle in how I was going to talk about this topic and how some people talked about COVID during that time, but
I know you're choosing joy.
Yeah,
you're choosing joy. Yeah. Okay, let's talk about the efforts to get a new basketball team here, because Samantha Holloway's name has come up again, and she is hiring investment banks as advisors for NBA expansion efforts. So you're tracking this, right?
Yeah.
Gee, and so Samantha Holloway, the Kraken owner, has now hired major investment banks to help put together a bid, and this is part of a bigger push after, of course, the NBA announced that it's looking into cities like Seattle and Las Vegas. Of course, nothing's guaranteed yet, but what does this all mean?
I mean, crossing T's and dotting I's. For those that have gotten married before, right? If you've ever been married before, well, usually before you show up to the venue and actually have the wedding, most of the time you have crossed your T's and dotted your I's. You've got the paperwork in place already. Sometimes you're going through the last name and getting your last name switched over. So there's a lot of things that happen before they happen. So when you go to those, the new grand opening of that business and the ribbon cutting, right? You have the ribbon cutting. Well, there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes, Ursula, before the ribbon cutting. So I call her Big Mama. I call her. I call her.
I heard you refer to that.
I call her a boss. That's right. I'm ready for her to be the owner when it happens. I'm gonna be front and center. Well, when I say front and center, like way up in the
I got you. I know.
nosebleeds.
I know. The Kraken know how to do it right, by the way. I went to my first game. Oh my goodness.
That Climate Pledge.
That is Climate Pledge. Yes, that is incredible. And just everything that they do, even with a team that didn't have a winning record.
Still good stuff.
The enthusiasm in there was incredible.
I think they have some of the best like in-game entertainment as well. The really cool start to the game where they have like the Kraken like effects that go on the ice with like the stuff that's coming. It's hockey does a really good job of getting you hyped up and ready. They just need we didn't get you emceeing those. Gee, I wouldn't get you brushed up on some hockey there. you got soccer now.
Expanding the horizon there.
Hey, look here, man. This soccer is going to be enough. All right, that's enough. But, I would say that Todd Lywicki and everybody at Climate Pledge, I wish they ran our politics. I wish they were our elected officials. Because doesn't it seem like everything is run right? Not just, you go there, the customer service.
Yeah, they get a good experience.
Every time.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, so much so we've been doing this show a long time and nobody's texts in and says, I had a bad experience at Climate Pledge.
This is true.
Yeah.
This is true.
What else you got, Ursula?
Home prices.
Okay.
They are falling in some of the normally pricier counties around here, down nearly 7% in King County, also going down in Snohomish County. And this drop comes as the latest data shows that inventory all across this region actually increase. So obviously more supply, you're going to see prices go down. Seattle broker Anton Alexander is with Compass Real Estate, and he says all those tech layoffs, that's a big factor.
Overall volume of transactions is still down.
And again, the latest data from Northwest MLS shows that active listings jumped more than 28% from a year ago. And so he's saying that homes are still selling, but they have to be really priced right.
The listings I'm watching sit are not sitting because of the economy. They're sitting because the opening price didn't match the market's current temperature.
So a lot of people still thinking we're back in, a few years back where you could ask for a lot of money and there'd be a bidding war.
That's what's happening. Maybe you yourself or your neighbor has put that house on the market and you go back out there after 45 days it's still sitting. Okay, you got to take it off the market and then put that thing back on. Price reduction is in red, right? A price reduction.
I have 2 friends who've had to do that.
See? It's real simple what's happening right now. Sellers, it's hard for them to sell. And buyers don't really want to buy. Again, with the uncertainty.
Don't have money.
The tech layoffs and the interest rates. And speaking of the interest rates that are at 6.5%, I will say this. while there's a lot of people that's just waiting for the interest rates to potentially go down to where they were COVID times, just so you're clear, in the last 50 years, right, like 6.5% is kind of standard, if you will. You know what I mean? It's regular. So if you're looking for I need to get that 3.1% or 2.8%.
I know, because we were spoiled.
I know, but people are waiting for that, and I'm just thinking, if you're ready to buy a house, you better go buy your house.
Well, especially now that prices are falling. Hello?
Right, so you're having that happen.
It's been a long time since we said that. Remember, for the longest time, we just give prices up, double digits. Like, oh, no.
But while this is happening, Ursula, and I think you real estate agents and mortgage brokers can attest to this, there needs to be some rules in place. Like, when you have these investment companies coming in and making cash offers, right? Going to that house that's like, hey, listen, I see your house is on the market. No inspection, no nothing. We'll just buy it. Bam, right now, cash. It's hard to compete against that. So that makes it hard. So when the interest rates do get better and the prices are there, you're competing, you go to get that house, and all of a sudden you're boom, 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 you leveled up, and it's now $50,000 to $60,000 more expensive. So the rules of the game is not cool.
Yeah, agree. Okay, let's talk about school resource officers.
Okay.
Because after more than 30 years, the future of the SRO at Bothell High School is now in doubt. The North Shore School Board is getting ready to vote on whether to eliminate this one position, and parents who support the program say they're actually shocked that this is even being considered. Supporters say that having a Bothell police officer on campus gives students, parents, and teachers peace of mind.
If there was ever anything horrific like a shooting or anything like that, that he is trained specifically to work with youth and to run into a situation like that.
But Captain Mike Johnson with the Bothell Police Department is telling King 5 News that the job is about far more than just responding to shootings or emergencies.
We've learned of sexual assaults in dating relationships of young teens. Some students are involved in abusive relationships. And because of the relationship our SRO has with these students, a lot of these victims will get justice.
Gee, there are critics, though, some who say that having an armed officer at the school can make some students uncomfortable, and it contributes to what is known as that school-to-prison pipeline. And that's where, I already can tell I'm losing you, where discipline issues end up becoming criminal matters instead of being handled by counselors or school officials.
Yeah. This is where you're losing me. You're losing me because the people that talk like this are usually people who didn't even go to school in these situations. They didn't even go to school in these neighborhoods. They read about it. They did a term paper on it in high school. They did their thesis on it in college.
The ones who say that it makes people feel uncomfortable?
Yeah. They don't even know. Here's the thing. I've proposed something that I think would be very important. First, keep resource officers in school. They are crazy important. Now, how can we progress this? How can we move this forward with resource officers in school? Well, why don't we just make it simple? The same way that we need to have kids and or people understand their rights, understand what police officers do. The police officers are out here in the public and in the community all the time.
Yeah.
So wouldn't it be a better idea to understand what they're doing?
Yes.
So
how about to take away some of the fear, too, and the trepidation that you might have?
So why can't there be a class that a police officer teaches in the school? In the school, and where you get in there and you learn about these things. And so you make it easier for kids to understand. Now, it's easy for me to say because I grew up with law enforcement. So there was never this like, oh, is this different or anything like that? Because I was around it all the time. What do you think that would help do for kids who, instead of always looking at law enforcement like it's a bad thing? No. Having law enforcement around is like having any other profession around. Do you have bad cops? Yes. You got bad donut makers too, right? There's people in all different situations. So graduate it, Ursula, by having it in school curriculum and having a class, maybe elective.
I like
But
that.
this idea of just removing resource officers because, people feel scared and afraid.
Yeah,
you feel scared and afraid.
Well, and I'm wondering if it's more than that. Like at Northrop, you're talking about one position. And again, this is something that they've done for 30 years. Is it one person complaining, a handful of people complaining that they don't feel comfortable? Is there a way to alleviate that, or is this a budget cut? I guess that would be my other question.
I just want to say this last thing. And if you're listening,
and I do love your idea, by the way.
Hey, Ursula, if you're listening right now and you did have a school resource officer in your school, I'm going to make a sweeping statement right now. I guarantee you it was a good experience for you. I'm telling you, right?
Yeah.
It was a good experience for you.
Yeah. And if you didn't have one, there's probably occasions where you wish you had one in your school.
Exactly. So I just don't understand. No, I do understand. The reason why it's the fact that right now the city of Seattle has no school resource officers in the school. Do I need to talk about what happens sometimes in the city of Seattle? How does that happen? You want to know how it happens? It happens because somebody did their damn thesis statement in college, and the same people that are scared of crime gets the loudest voice, and the people that are impacted by crime get no voice. And that's how we have no school resource officers in the schools in Seattle. It makes no damn sense, Lois. All right. Up next, Agree to Disagree. Oh, is it going to be Mike's first time doing Agree to Disagree? Oh, stick around, y'all. Mike's first time. Next, Gee Ursula. This hour is brought to you by DUI Heroes.
If you own rental property in Washington, you probably already know it's not what it used to be. Rising property taxes, increased maintenance costs, and some of the most onerous landlord-tenant regulations in the country. At some point, many landlords ask the question, is this still worth it? Brian Evans, CEO of Madrona Financial and CPAs, is hosting a live interactive workshop called Landlord Exit Strategies. In this seminar, he'll break down the impact of today's regulations, strategies that may allow you to defer and potentially reduce taxes, and how the Delaware Statutory Trust may help. It's a straightforward conversation about your options before you make a costly decision. To register or learn more, visit madronafinancial.com or call 833-673-7373. Be sure to catch Growing Your Wealth, Saturdays at 9 a.m.
This is a paid advertisement. Investments involve risk. See full disclosures at madronafinancial.com.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-478-6430 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-478-6430. That's 800-478-6430. What do you have to lose? Call 800-478-6430. Again, 800-478-6430.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Now that Wendy's has these new biggie deals, everyone in the family can get what they're craving, from nugs to JBCs. The parental units can get an $8 biggie bundle, the eldest who think they're so grown can get a $6 biggie bag, and the little one who can do no wrong can get a $4 biggie bites. You know, assuming they have a credit card. No, I'm kidding. We take cash too. 4, 6, and $8 biggie deals for the whole family. Only at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
Olympic has the perfect way to celebrate spring. A hot tub, swim spa, or sauna at home to take better care of you and your family. Through May 10th, you'll save thousands on the perfect wellness solution for your home. OlympicHotTub.com. Better you, better life.
Don't wait. Insulate. Last year, American Crawl Space and Pest Services gave over $2 million in insulation rebates from PSE, more than any provider in the state. If your home was built before 1990, you're eligible for recouping up to 95% of insulation replacement costs. Insulate with American Crawl Space and keep your home warm during the winter and cool during the summer.
American Crawl, the heroes you call.
Hey, Brock Ewart here with my buddy Shannon O'Kelly from IRG Physical and Hand Therapy. Shannon, if I've heard it once, I've heard it 100 times from our sports teams in town. Talent acquisition, we need it. I'm guessing at IRG, talent acquisition is also key for you?
Absolutely, Brock. Talent acquisition is everything. You know, our strength here at IRG is what I call our human capital. These are the folks that work here at IRG with a passion, with a focus on building great teams, providing great care, and being involved in the community. We want the best and brightest. And if you're looking for an opportunity to be the best and brightest, IRG is the place for you. We will provide mentorship, continuing education, personal and professional growth. We have it all for you. We want the best and brightest.
If you want to be a part of that team, all you got to do is go visit one of their 40 convenient locations. IRG is in your neighborhood. All the details as well, you can find them at irgpt.com. That's irgpt.com.
Families across Western Washington voted Aegis Living Best Senior Living Community, and Seniorly ranked them #1 in America. See why. Schedule a tour today at aegisliving.com/KIRO and get a special take-home gift. Aegis Living. This must be the place.
Jazz Alley invites you to 4 nights of smooth jazz fusion with Spyro Gyra. Shows run May 7th through May 10th. Tickets at jazzalley.com. Next up, Vincent and Gala, May 12th and 13th.
Gas prices keep climbing, but the cost to drive doesn't have to. At Subaru of Puyallup, fuel-efficient models help you go farther on every tank with the confidence of all-wheel drive. From the all-electric Solterra to the Forester Hybrid with up to 35 miles per gallon, your stress-free shopping experience starts at Subaru of Puyallup. For stress-free pricing, a huge selection, and all the current pricing and financing specials, visit SubaruofPuyallup.com, your stress-free dealership, part of the Harnish Auto family.
The future of home comfort is here. The new Carrier Infinity system delivers premium home heating and cooling with innovative filtration for healthy air and over-the-air software updates that help optimize performance. Carrier, for the world we share.
Save up to $2,100 in Carrier Cool Cash rebates when you purchase a premium heating or cooling system, while also taking advantage of a special financing offer of 0% APR for 60 months. For details, visit CarrierNorthwest.com. That's CarrierNorthwest.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Gashard. Seattle police are in the Mount Baker neighborhood where a body was discovered this morning at a homeless encampment. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch is there, and he joins us live with the very latest. James?
Katrina, SPD officers have been on scene here for about 2.5 hours. This encampment is just west of the Mount Baker Light Rail Station near Rainier Avenue South and MLK Way. It's tucked away in the green space here. What we do know here is that the victim is male. We don't know his age or what makes this death suspicious. Detective Eric Munoz says homicide investigators will be here for a while.
It'll be a matter of time till the detectives finish their initial investigation. The medical examiner will need to come out and they will determine the cause and the manner of death, and of course they will identify the deceased.
So the medical examiner will be called once this part of the investigation is complete. Live in the Mount Baker neighborhood, James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
Thank you, James. A Tenino high school student has been arrested for allegedly threatening to bring a gun to school. Deputies got a report from another student who overheard the threat. Thurston County Sheriff's deputies used surveillance footage to identify the suspect, and that person was arrested this morning. Health officials in multiple states are monitoring passengers who may have been exposed to hantavirus on a Dutch cruise ship and are now back home in the U.S. CBS's Bradley Blackburn has more.
On Thursday, officials with the World Health Organization confirmed 5 of 8 people sickened on the ship were infected with the Andes strain of the virus.
In previous outbreaks, there has been instances of human-to-human transmission, mainly among close contacts.
The World Health Organization is investigating whether the first passengers who died on the ship may have contracted the virus in Argentina while birdwatching near a landfill.
A major traffic shift is coming Monday for drivers on I-5 heading to eastbound 520. Northbound I-5 drivers will use a new ramp that will put them in the left lane of 520, meaning they will have to merge if they want to get off at Mount Lake. Washot's Steve Peer.
People coming from southbound I-5 will be coming as they normally will, and instead of having traffic on their right, they'll have traffic on their left.
There will only be a third of a mile to merge to get off at Mount Lake. The ramps will remain like this for at least 2 years. And now for your KIRO Newsradio real-time traffic. Linwood to Bellevue, about 16 minutes right now. Linwood to Seattle, a little heavy, 29 minutes. And Everett to Seattle, about 42 minutes. This traffic report is brought to you by the KIRO Newsradio app. Text app to 888-987-5476 to download your KIRO Newsradio app. Listen to your favorite shows and get the latest news and updates sent straight to your phone. And for your weather, clouds with some sun breaks this afternoon. Highs again will be in the mid-60s. Right now, it's about 56 in downtown Seattle. I'm Katrina Gashard, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the Gee and Ursula Show. Just a little bit of a housekeeping thing here. Just a reminder that I have this new advice column called Ask Ursula. And if you want to ask me a question that is answered personally for you about any sort of family dilemma, life dilemma, work dilemma, or perfume recommendation, text Ask Ursula to 888-973-5476, and you will get a link to ask your question. But right now, it is time for us to Agree to Disagree, brought to you by Guardian Roofing and Gutters.
One of these days, we just got to take off the gloves, just really go at it.
All right, so we're going to, do you all remember Dan the Man, the viral pizza delivery driver? He went viral for a simple act of kindness, buying a customer a drink with his own money. Basically, the Domino's he worked for ran out of soda, so he went and bought soda out of his own pocket. And there was this whole thing where the guy wanted to tip him and wanted to tip him more. And the guy was like, no, the regular tip is just fine. He was rewarded in a big bad way with strangers donating more than $170,000, allowing him to retire early, which raises the question, if that happened to you, would you keep working or walk away?
Keep working.
Yeah?
I love money. Yeah, I'm gonna keep working. And by the way, we all know that $100 and something thousand here in this state, they ain't gonna get you that far along. But let's just say to scale, right?
Sure.
Whatever it might be, it's enough for you to retire right now. The question is, would you retire? And Ursula, my answer is no. I'm gonna put that to the side, and I'm gonna keep going until I can.
Well, and is that 50-year-old G speaking? Or what if it's 65-year-old G?
You mean 59-year-old G?
Yeah, 59 and a half-year-old G.
And
you suddenly got $150,000 and you've got your retirement set.
And it's got me to my mark.
Yes.
I'm out.
I think that's the key.
I'm out.
Because I was going to say, that raises the questions. How much is enough?
Yeah.
Yes.
Whatever your enough is, if that gets me to my enough, okay, I stand corrected. I'm out. if they were to come right now and it's enough, I'm out.
Yes. If this was 3 to 5 years from now and this suddenly happened, I'm out. If I'm 30 years old, no, I'm not out.
Right.
See,
even if I'm 50 years old, I'm not out.
I was going to say, then we got to check with the resident young man here. Paul, what do you think?
Paul.
Because you'd be on the opposite end of the spectrum.
Paul's out.
You know, early, young in your career. Do you keep going? Or, and in this scenario, it's whatever your enough is, like G said.
If I was able to reach my enough to live comfortably in retirement at my age right now, I'd be walking out of this studio. I'd be waving, saying goodbye to everybody. Thanks for everything. Because I mean, what's one of the things that I think is would be great for those that have been lucky enough to retire early or in that position is I'm in my early 30s. I mean, if I had enough money to travel the world, stay healthy, go visit my family, go do all these things, and not have to worry about work, I would be all about it. But I would say I'd have to do something. You know,
Yeah.
Like there has to be, whether I get way into volunteering and helping, or whether it's I work part-time just to do something that, you know, a little extra in the pocket so you feel better when you go out to dinner or something like that. Because, you know, G, kind of you mentioned this. I mean, I don't have the same love to work as others, but I need to do something. I'm a very big believer in kind of not sitting back and just letting it. But, man, I would happily take a few vacations a year and buy a house. Hey, you know, that'd be a cool thing to maybe think about one of these days. What about you, Mike?
I'm kind of in the middle because trying to figure out what your enough is. But one of the things that people run into when they approach retirement is, what am I going to do with myself? Like, like boredom is something that you actually have to combat against. So you kind of stole my answer. I was going to probably work for a while and then realize, wait, I don't got to do this no more. Maybe I could do something a little more part-time that kind of keeps my foot in the door, but also frees me up to do all my hobbies and all my other traveling and all my other cool stuff. And then ultimately, maybe at a certain age or a certain time, then you kind of do the off-ramp and say, all right, I'm just ready to not work no more.
Hey, Ursula, Joey asked a question, and he wants to know, but would you put your 2-week notice in?
Always.
That is the right thing to do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Is it?
And maybe even
why is
yes,
it the right
always.
thing to do?
Because first of all,
they don't do it to us.
This is true. But if you want to use your previous employer as a potential reference, or someone's going to call, they will note if you did not do that. So you want to leave on a good footing.
I thought you was into fairness, Ursula. Because it needs to be a two-way street.
I am into fairness. And to be fair to yourself, you want to put in 2 weeks' notice.
Yeah. How come you can't get hey, G, listen, in 2 weeks, you up out of here. We're going to ask you to grab your things in 2 weeks.
Because what could happen in those 2 weeks, knowing you're out anyway? That's why.
Good stuff. Got another one, Mike?
Yeah, I got another one for you. All right, so nobody's favorite topic ever, the Met Gala, has always been about glitz, glamour, and exclusivity, but now reports say that Jeff Bezos may have poured $10 million or more into the event, fueling criticism that you can buy your way into fashion's inner circle, which raises the question, do we even care about the Met Gala?
No.
What is that fundraiser for?
I'm sorry, but this was one of those where, and then when I found out Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez were a big part of it, and just I looked at some of the gruesome outfits, I'm thinking, what is this?
Russell Wilson was there.
It was, I think, irrelevant to most people.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but to me, I'm like,
you said everything for me. Like, talk about
waste of money.
Tone deaf.
Yeah. Right.
Like, man, is that tone deaf.
Yeah.
You know, I mean.
The amounts they spent.
I mean, hey, correct me if I'm wrong. Can you guys look it up? Were there layoffs with the Washington Post at all?
Are there layoffs at Amazon?
Amazon? Oh, but we got money for the Met Gala. Oh,
I still don't know what they raise money for at the Met Gala. That's what they say. It's a big fundraiser for all these things, but yet what is that that they?
Yeah, what do they do?
Well, I don't know about the fundraising, but in terms of the Post, the Post conducted massive layoffs in February of this year, cutting roughly 30% of its staff, over 300 journalists, to combat severe financial losses, declining traffic, and a failure to turn a profit.
Oh, but they did raise a record $42 million for the Costume Institute. Is that right? Is that a spoof? Is
no,
that for
it
real?
is a fundraiser, so I mean that's what I'm wondering. So if it is for that, then it probably is that. But it is one of those things where in today's world, everything's more expensive. The haves have more than the have-nots, and the Met Gala is kind of that paying $7 a gallon of gas.
You think them billionaires are pretty good at reading the room these days?
It was a record-breaking $42 million, Nick, to benefit the Metropolitan Museum of Art's Costume Institute.
Okay.
That's what it's for.
Nick, what do you mean? Of course they read the room.
Of course, right?
What do you mean?
What am I talking about?
It's $10 million.
All right, coming up next, your text messages, feedback, and then we'll have Ursula's Words to Live by. Gee Ursula.
KIRO News Radio, where you turn for the news you depend on.
KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey is here with more.
24% of businesses are now thinking about leaving Washington.
Traffic.
We are definitely seeing some slowing through the S-curves.
Conversation.
We build it, we produce it, we charge for it.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
A one-hander! Are you kidding me?
Broadcasting live from the KIRO News Radio YouTube channel. KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
Be advised, this is your opportunity to save up to 40 to 80% on a hot tub or swim spa this weekend only, Friday through Sunday, Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. Be advised, this is your opportunity to save up to 40 to 80% on a hot tub or swim spa this weekend only, Friday through Sunday, Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. 18-month interest-free financing. Our factories have demanded we sell 1,000 hot tubs and swim spas this weekend. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. Huge factory incentives, factory rebates this weekend only. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. We can remove your old hot tub. Free delivery of your new hot tub. Deep, deep discounts. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. Free delivery of your new hot tub. Just relax and enjoy. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. Friday, 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Sunday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Free admission. Free delivery. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. Call 833-SPA-SALE or visit hottubandSwimSpaSale.com.
Do you get sinus infections, congestion, sinus pressure and pain, sinus headaches? You've gone to the doctor. You visit urgent care over and over again. And it's always the same thing, right? Oh, I know. Let's try antibiotics and some nasal sprays. But they just keep coming back. You may suffer with chronic sinus infections. The good news? Relief is possible. How? A minimally invasive procedure called the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic. Imagine a procedure so delicate there are no narcotics. Less cutting means less bleeding, so no packing, and no operating room. The Sinusoft procedure is designed for the clinic. If you suffer with chronic sinus infections, facial pain, pressure, and congestion, find out if the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic, is the solution for you. Call and set an appointment today. 206-388-2770. 206-388-2770. That's 206-388-2770.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. The Camping World Ultimate RV Show is coming to Angel of the Winds RV Resort in Seattle. Parking and admission are free. Join us May 14th to the 17th to shop special show pricing on over 200 fully staged new and used RVs. Get an exclusive first look at new models. Check out the latest gear and accessories. Bring the family to enjoy our Kids Zone and enter to win a new RV. Don't miss the Ultimate RV Show in Seattle, May 14th to the 17th. We'll see you there.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
If you're hurt in a car accident, call Harold Car Law Offices right away. They'll save you time and get you more money from insurance while you're able to focus on recovering. Visit carlaw.com. 2 R's in car. Car accident? Call CAR.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
For over 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has been the one locals trust for fast, friendly service with guaranteed repairs. With 16 family-owned locations and a Carfax preferred badge, Bucky's makes it easy with same-day service and available financing. Visit Bucky's.com.
It is the Gee and Ursula Show. It's now time to talk about these text messages that are in right now. Ursula, what you got today?
Well, regarding the ridiculous gas prices right now, and you hit $7 where you filled up yesterday, over $7, right?
Mm-hmm.
You said
$7.14.
And then I was asking, like, when was the last time? It was like about 2022 is when we had high gas prices around this range. Jesus says this week there have been 3 to 4 times as many cars parked at the Sammamish Park and Ride, which makes sense.
And more transit, yeah. Murray in Des Moines writes, regarding the Climate Commitment Act dollars, when are we going to see an audit? I don't mind paying, but can we see where the money is going?
Murray, agree. 253 says, because of some medical complications, we're forced to live paycheck to paycheck. My wife has been helping out a family member, and I go down and visit her a couple of times a week. I wasn't able to go see her, though, because I had to make sure to save enough gas so I could get to and from work to make it to payday. You guys just remember there are people who are in that position.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, 253. That sounds just stressful.
Yeah, it does.
Dinah in Everett writes, what about fertilizer prices? I have heard that many farmers are filing for bankruptcy.
And then we got onto the topic of Seattle Mayor Katie Wilson making national headlines now and being ridiculed for some of the things that have been going on. Nikki says Katie Wilson needs to step up and realize she bit off more than she can chew and needs to surround herself with experienced leadership and ask the community for grace while she's learning and taking accountability for her mistakes.
Which goes into what Josiah says in Cle Elum. He says, do you blame the mayor or do you blame the voters for voting in someone who just said what they wanted to hear instead of someone who could do the job?
I say both, but ultimately it's the mayor because she ran as someone who could do the job. So now she needs to prove she can do the job. And, you know, it's still early. And like I said, she's learning a lot on the job. And so we'll see.
You know what I would, if there was a question I can ask Katie Wilson.
Yeah.
I would
when she gets on the show.
I would want to know if when she first set out to run for mayor, if she actually thought that she would win and be mayor. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure she started out very small. And I wonder if she thought like, oh my goodness.
I think after the primary, she realized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair. But before
because
then,
it was like,
I wonder.
whoa. Yeah. On truck drivers without licenses and the story that we did in our top stories regarding one particular truck driver, Peter in Port Orchard says, did the Washington State Patrol alert his employer as well? If not, they are culpable too.
Let's move on to Sound Transit. Melinda in Bellevue writes, I certainly would imagine it would be great help if passengers were paying, in all caps with 4 exclamation points. The pay part of this system is totally screwed up.
Vicky in Auburn says, Sound Transit needs to get to Tacoma and Everett to get people off the freeways. Ballard and West Seattle can still use buses, so they should be the last ones added.
Good point.
Mm-hmm.
on who should pay for universal child care. Kevin in Seattle. Gee, universal child care paid only by residents of, wait for it, Laurelhurst.
Throw in Windermere. Okay, I love you. I love you all. All the friends who live there. Love you. Who should buy the Seahawks? Sandy in Olympia says, I was hoping a friend of Seattle type would buy the Hawks, such as Steve Ballmer. And why couldn't Jody Allen buy it for herself? No.
It was part of the in the will, right? That was to be, the team was to be sold,
Yes.
and the proceeds to go towards all the things that he wants. So, yeah, it was in their document. Yeah.
Regarding the millionaire's tax, we just got a couple here. Tom says, my major concern is what is going to stop our government from making this an income tax on all of us. And Tom, that is something that we repeatedly bring up.
Agree.
And I think is absolutely one of the biggest concerns. And then Irene from Tacoma says, what about cutting expenses? That seems to not come up often enough. And Irene, I agree with you too.
All right, Ursula, it's time for your words to live by. What you got?
And this is an anonymous author who says, I love this. Staying positive does not mean you have to be happy all the time. It means, though, that even on those hardest days, you know that there are better ones coming.
Yes, that's a very good one. And you also know that you can use and say one phrase and it'll make it all better.
We are choosing joy.
Nick, what you got, man?
Well, right when you thought prices at the pump were high enough, folks who are even on this show are finding 7s looking tough. And just like college kids you think could simmer their cell phone use, you might hope the number drops, but it'll probably get a boost. And I'm sure we all would want to see less stealing at the store, but we all know there will always be some sampling on the floor, especially if you see G at the little deli bar trying out those peppers, olives, maybe a little cheese here and there. He might just chalk it up as quality control taking place in the joint.
Oh, it was. Quality control.
Yeah. Testing things out.
Good stuff, Nick. All right, Ursula, tomorrow is Fresh Fridays.
Yes.
Now look,
let's get our flexing in.
I've already thought about it.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's picture.
Yes.
I'm gonna send a picture of all of my workout days.
That's amazing.
That's gonna be my Flex Fridays tomorrow.
That's gonna be amazing.
I'll show a picture of all the workouts.
How you liking that new place you're going to in Rainier? What's it called?
Equinox.
Equinox, yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Cool place.
Nobody talks in there.
They're all serious.
There to get the work
they just do
out
their
of it.
business.
Everybody's there.
Yes.
They get the work done.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's not a social type place.
Yes.
It's cool though.
Yeah.
It's cool, but
I feel like it's serious money, so they take it seriously.
Yes.
Ursula, don't nobody be talking up in there. It's quiet up in there.
That's not my place.
Thanks, Ursula.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it. Mike, great job today, man. Are
Thanks,
you
appreciate
here
it.
tomorrow?
I'll be here tomorrow. Solo.
That's
Okay, Mike. What
And
you
then, big announcement.
Okay.
Chef is returning on Monday.
Yes. Okay.
So we will, and we're going to have a conversation with him later today off the air, but we're looking forward to that.
Thank you, Paul.
Always happy to be
Nick,
here.
my man. Appreciate you.
You too, man.
The Jake and Spike Show, they're coming in next. Appreciate you for listening. Love you for that. And as always, be kind.
Hope you have as much fun as we have. So long, everybody.
I'll be there when you want me some way, somehow. Oh, baby, that ain't no mountain high enough. Ain't no valley low enough. Ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, babe. Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to Markdowns for Miles at AutoZone.
Thanks. Is oil marked down?
Save up to $15 when you buy 5 quarts and a filter.
And fuel treatment?
2 for $9 on Lucas.
Brake pads?
Marked down to free.
Free?
Get free Duralast brake pads when you buy 2 Duralast rotors.
That's several markdowns.
For many more miles.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Wait, everything on this IHOP value menu is just $6?
I told you it was amazing. A huge plate of pancakes, bacon, and eggs is just $6.
Wow.
There's also French toast, a ham and cheese omelet, and oh, they got a BLT and fries now.
Okay, we're coming here every day.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Feast for just $6 with the IHOP value menu. $7 in some locations, available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Your medication for enlarged prostate is working. That's what you tell yourself. You're up 3 times a night instead of 5. The urgency is manageable. The stream's not great, but it's fine. That's the problem. Fine. Enlarged prostate, or BPH, doesn't pause because the medication takes the edge off. The prostate keeps growing. The bladder keeps working harder. And over time, those changes can be harder to reverse. But surgery? Not for you, right? Aquablation is not the surgery you're picturing. It's the only ultrasound-guided, robotic-assisted therapy for enlarged prostate. Don't wait until things become unbearable. Find an Aquablation urologist near you. Call Aquablation Seattle at 206-666-2466. 206-666-2466. That's 206-666-2466. All surgical treatments carry risks, and results may vary. Side effects may include urinary symptoms, mild pain, ejaculatory dysfunction, or infection. In rare cases, complications to the urethra and rectum may occur. Aquablation therapy may not be right for everyone. Talk to your urologist to learn more. Visit aquablationseattle.com.
Golden Crest Metals helps investors understand how physical gold and silver can be held inside qualified retirement accounts without pressure or confusion. Our team brings decades of experience in precious metals and retirement planning with a focus on clear education, straightforward pricing, and a process designed to put clients first. Why do investors choose Golden Crest Metals? Experience, transparency, and a client-first approach. Tune into The Gold Show with Kenny Michaels every Saturday at 1 p.m. There's a new kind of energy at Starbucks. Try the all-new energy refreshers, strawberry acai, mango dragon fruit, or the all-new mango strawberry. New energy refreshers only at Starbucks.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
My dad passed away unexpectedly. Of course, it was awful in every way, but we are very grateful that he had life insurance. So even after he was gone, he was still able to provide for us. And that's why I have life insurance for my family. Ethos.com. They make it